Well, hello and a very good morning. Welcome along to Crafters TV for your Tuesday morning with our brand new show. I'm still calling it a brand new show, even though we're almost a week into doing this. It is our early morning show, Craft, Chat and Create. An early morning chance for you to pick up some deals before you head off to work and also pick up some crafty inspiration too. Very exciting as well. Before we get started with this show, it's a Tuesday, and you know what happens on a Tuesday? Oh, you don't. We bring you £10 Tuesdays, and today is one of those Tuesdays where basically not only is it a great idea to watch the shows, but also a great idea to head to the website and check out the deals, because you will find certain deals across our website for, yeah, you guessed it, a tenner. And I can tell you there are some amazing deals right now, and you can get these before anybody else. And actually during this show we're going to be concentrating a lot on our Spectrum Noir products. I can reveal first thing this Tuesday morning that we have got some amazing £10 deals on those products as well. Aqua pens, the florals, the nature and the primary, £10. Colour blend pencils, no. Aren't they normally $24.99? £10, $10. Get ahead on the web and grab those deals because it is going to be off the chart amazing. thebomb.com. Wherever you shop with us, .co.uk.com or .eu, grab those deals because they are only live today, of course, with it being Tuesday, or whilst stocks last. As I've mentioned, over the course of this show, we would love you to get in touch. We're live and interactive this Tuesday morning. So if you want to say hello, you can do. If you want to ask us a question, you can do. And if you're brand new to watching us here at Crafters TV, let us know. Give us a wave. Let us know where you're watching from, and we will give you a little crafty mention this morning. A little bit later on as well, we are going to be talking all things social. And during a little sit down, Debbie and I are going to be doing later on, we are going to open up the floor. We are going to say to you, ask those questions that you've always wanted to ask. Not just craft related. If there's anything you ever wanted to know about me or Debbie, ask those questions. Be gentle with us. And we will answer them for you. So get those questions in nice and early, because chances are if we do get a lot, the ones that we get in first we'll answer. Any questions you ever wanted to ask Debbie or me, get them in and we will answer them a little bit later on. I cannot wait for those questions. But Debbie is here, the lovely Debbie. She's looking marvellous this morning, and we've got a great show lined up, haven't we, Mrs?
Oh, absolutely, because I feel like I'm in me absolute happy place. Completely happy place, because it's all about colouring. We've got Spectrum Noir products. We've got some fabulous kits on the show. One of my favourites. Am I allowed to say I've got a favourite?
Well, you have. It's too late now.
Am I allowed to say I've got some favourites? So we've got one of my absolute all-time favourite kits on the show, which is all about creative colouring. We've got some art of illustration. We've got mandalas. We've got all sorts. There's lots of different things. We've got bigger kits for those who want to, go into the world of maybe something a little bit bigger, not necessarily advanced, but a little bit bigger. And absolutely, I can't wait to get started with this show, because it is about education. It is about some interaction as well. I didn't know about the opening up the mic kind of thing to asking questions.
Were you not in on that part of the meeting?
Yeah, I was going to say I wasn't. I must have been getting me coffee at that point, because I didn't hear that little bit. But can't wait for that one. But honestly, ask away. If there's anything that you've ever been baffled by or want to know a little bit more about, this is your chance, because this is all about our, I'll get it the right way around, craft, chat and create. So absolutely, just come and join us. Spread the word as well. Tell your friends, tell your crafty friends, especially here in the UK. It's the just past 8 o'clock mark when people are just about getting up, getting ready for their day. So yeah, definitely get joining in with us. And we've got a ton of inspiration to show you and share with you. And we're going to get a little bit creative as well.
Lovely stuff. There's loads of you watching already, by the way. I must say a very good evening to Sarah, who is in Melbourne, Australia. Says, you're hoping you're all well. It's now 7 o'clock here, Tuesday evening. No spoilers, Sarah. Don't let us know what happens on this Tuesday. We don't want to know. La, 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 la. Katie is in with us. Also, Evangeline says, good morning. Kathy C, morning to you. Rebecca White says, morning, everyone, from a very icy Herefordshire in the UK. Kirsty says, good morning. Watching whilst waiting for my taxi to work. Rihanna says, hi, everyone. And hi to Carol, loving the early show. And Val Lloyd. Hi, Val in Southampton. Hi, Ben and Debbie. From a cold Southampton, looking forward to seeing what is on today. There's loads of great deals, right? And to my right-hand side here, we have got you a whole host of our discovery kits and our advanced discovery kits. Now, the whole point of these is allowing you actually to either kind of begin your journey when it comes to colouring or perhaps advance it just a little bit. And we specifically put these kits together to allow you to perhaps concentrate on a particular style of colouring that you're more interested in. Now, we've got various deals today, but the first deal we want to concentrate on is the deal with the illustration discovery collection. Now, you've got 34 elements in total here. And what you're going to get is everything that you're seeing on the screen right now. And it's a fantastic deal. The discovery kit, which you see at the top here, this came first, and then a little bit later on we added the advanced discovery kits, and we'll chat more about these in just a second because they have the name advanced in the title, of course, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be an expert to use them. Now, the deal works out here that you're going to pay for the big box. We're going to give you the smaller one for free within this bundle. But if it's illustration that you're really interested in, this kit is brilliant because we're going to give you all the pens that you need to get started. You're also going to get a whole host of different pictures to get going with as well, and all of the instruction that you need in all of these kits too. Now, normally $36.98 or just over $50, as I say, but the fact that you're getting the smaller kit for free today brings it down to this price just here. Platinum members, you get another 20% off, which is on the screen for you there. So that is a brilliant deal today. Under £20 if you're platinum, under $28. And don't forget, for our UK viewers as well, we've even got Clear Pay, so you can split the cost of your shop and pay in 4 interest-free instalments. If you've already got a Clear Pay account, just log in. If you haven't, you can find full details as to how you can apply for one on our website. But let's have a look at these in more detail, Debbie. So the illustration, the art of illustration kit, first of all. What I love most about these is you get a selection of our amazing Spectrum Noir pens, but again, we don't leave you alone because we give you everything that you need to have a play and all of the instruction.
Absolutely, and that's the beauty of these. It's not you just buying a little kit and you're just going to have a play. You're getting some education, some tutorial in here from some leading experts in the field. And Tatiana is absolutely just a fabulous artist in her own right, and worked alongside us to put this kit together, to give that education and to literally take you on a bit of a journey. I'm going to say the journey. That's probably the best way to describe these kits. And they are like a little bit of I said this to you before, Ben, they're like a little bit of a taste into the world of what we do at Spectrum Noir. Spectrum Noir will be one of our biggest brands, in-house brands, which is just a fabulous, lots of different things from ink pads to pens, different types of pens. And it's like taking you on a little bit of an education in how to use them as well. So you're never left alone. So where shall we start with, Ben? Shall we start with the larger kits?
Whatever you fancy, Debbie. Yeah, you take control.
Because, well, I'll tell you what, I'll talk about the differences between the two. So am I right in thinking you're getting the large one and this one's coming for free?
You're paying for the large one and you're getting the original kit for free, the smaller one for free.
How exciting is that, can we just say? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the free. I'm going to show you because I'll take you on that little bit of a journey. So this is Tatiana. I can never pronounce the surname, so I'm not going to try because I don't want to insult her in the slightest there. But this is a perfect kit, and it is a little world, and again, there's all the instructions and things like that on the back for you, but it's a little bit of a world into the art of illustration using our Illustrator markers. Now, our Illustrator markers, for those of you who are new time viewers who've never seen us before, who've probably never seen one of these pens before, this is alkanol. What's an alkanol?
An alkanol.
An alkanol, a new word there. I'm giving it a new word, Ben.
Can I I just interrupt you very quickly?
Of course you can,
Sorry,
yes.
just to say, we were going to bring you the mandala collection, but just it's sold out.
I'm upset a little bit as
Already.
well because I have got
gone.
a demo. I know, gone.
It's sold out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's 10 past 8 in the morning.
Yep.
And that's just sold out.
Absolutely.
So just
don't hang around.
Do not. Sorry,
No.
I can't believe that.
No, well, I was a little bit upset when I heard it in my ear because I got a demo planned with a mandala, so that's kind of gone out the window. But just shop ahead. It is rather busy at the moment, so if it's something that's grabbing you and you think about the value of these kits, you're not just getting one, you're getting the large one and the smaller one. This means that if you've got someone in your family that you think might like to have a little dabble, a great gift for someone, or it could just be that experience for yourself, for you to have a play with. And I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to talk about these illustrator pens so that you can see. Now, an illustrator pen is an alcohol marker. I call them the premium alcohol marker. And these are a dual-tipped pen. Very, the right word I'm going to say, ergonomically shaped.
Oh, it's a great word.
Yeah, very, very
They
posh.
hold nicely,
They
don't they?
hold lovely and beautifully in the hand. They're not a round barrel where you've got to grab hold of it. They've got this lovely feel. You'll understand when you colour what I mean by that, to have something comfortable in your hand when you're holding.
Because I sometimes find if you hold a pen for a while, you get like a bit of a pain in the
You
finger
do. You get
or the
like
wrist.
you get you get your aches and not with these because these have been designed specific with that in mind for the comfort and the experience of alcohol colouring. So in here, this dual-tipped marker is this fine nib. Can you see the fine nib there? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then on the other side, if I just flip reverse that one, you've got the Japanese brush nib. And again, I'm just going to bring in I'll bring in a scrap because I'm just going to just show you the difference between the two. So on your fine tip, can you see you've got that lovely fine line detail? And it is from the same colour family, and I'll talk about the colours in a moment as well, Ben. But on the brush nib, you've got the brush nib that's obviously got the fluidity. So first of all, you've got the fluidity of a brush nib. But it does mean that you've got the ability to learn some techniques and build up, and it's about getting to know your pen. Now, I'm just literally doing a few little flicking motions, and now I'm holding it in my hand. And again, all this tutorial, this expert tutorial is in all of these, and we've got a ton of tuition online as well.
Yeah, we have.
And the nature of an alcohol pen is it's got some slight transparency to it, so it means that you can build up without the need. And if I just continue, can you see down here how it's building up some colour?
Yeah.
You can be doing techniques like this.
So you can get the different hues within the one colour.
Absolutely, you can. And I'm just going to keep doing that so I can show you what I mean by
That's like my hair this morning,
building
that does.
description.
Pour gel on.
But yeah, so you've got that two-way nib and that beautiful pen, which, like I said, is absolutely fabulous. Now, the colours in this particular kit are, and I'm going to get them all out. Well, we're in depth. We've got plenty of time. We've got three whole hours where we can talk about this kit. So first things first, we have got that lovely canary. Now, on our Spectrum Noir pens, we have a name for them, so we give them a colour name, and we also have like a little system, like a little what's the right word? An index kind of thing.
That's a
good word.
Great
Yeah.
word.
So the CT3 means it comes from the citrus family, so the yellow, your yellow family, and the shade in this one is 3. So there's various shades in the Spectrum Noir family. You've got your shades from like your 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and it goes up.
Yeah.
And it's the gradient of colour. So the lighter the colour, the more alcohol is in the pen, and the darker the colour is the same ink but less alcohol quantity in there. So it means that you get those lovely perfect shades. But that's if you're going to go and take your journey further. But to start with, what you've got here is canary, and I can never say this word.
Go on.
Cyan.
Cyan, yeah,
Have I said it right? Perfect.
You just said it.
That beautiful ice blue shade. You've got sea spray, which is from your jade green family. You've got the begonia, which is from your bright pink family, and then you've got your starfish. And again,
What's
you
it
can
called?
see
Starfish.
Starfish.
I've
It's
not
a
heard of
lovely
that
name.
colour.
Yeah, it's a beautiful name.
Starfish.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing there. This is starfish.
Oh,
Isn't it a
lovely.
gorgeous
It
colour?
is a gorgeous colour.
Absolutely. So you've got those 5 illustrator pens in there to get started with, and this is in the kits that's coming for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say. You've also as well got in here a outliner pen.
All right.
And this is a fabulous pen, and it's perfect and works complementary alongside your alcohol pens to add some extra dimension, maybe do your own artwork as well, add those extra details in there. And this one is a 0.05 nib. That is a ultra super fine nib when it comes to our outliners, and we do a fair few outliners in our collection, from your blacks to your greys and your colours and things like that, but we put that in there to add to your journey and how you're using your pens. And when I talk about the journey as well, Ben, here we go. This is the journey that we're going to take you into. This lovely illustration introduction.
It is, yeah.
And it really is. And again, it's alongside with Tatiana, how we've worked with her. And again, a little bit about her, a little bit about her history. Go and check her out. We've got lots of exclusive tips and inspiration when you head over to the Spectrum Noir Discovery Kits.
And there's some chats with the experts as well.
There is indeed, yeah. We've got tutorials on YouTube and things like that where they've worked alongside, and you can see all that, how things like this work. Getting to know your tools. So I've just given you a little bit of an insight to what an illustrator pen is, and about the nib, about that flexible brush nib one end, and where you can get those precise curves and your flicks and things like that, alongside that super fine tip detail. Now it talks about those. Then when you turn it over, Ben, it's also got about knowing your tools.
Oh, okay.
Now these pens are a system, and that's something that you might not know, but we do re-inkers.
Yes, we do.
So once you've bought this system, this is a system that's going to last you for life, because once the ink has gone out of there, you are able to take the nib out and refill them, and that is a system that lasts you for life. Not a pen that you're going to use when it wears out, you throw it away. You've got the re-inker, and that's another little introduction and telling you about that as well. And it also talks about the outliners having that fast drying pigment in there, and it does mean that you can add that extra detail. So that's another little introduction into there. Then we're opening it up, and we've got tips and techniques, and you've got your section on how you're going to be able to get those darker shades with each and every stroke, like you saw me just do initially there. And then also about as your collection grows with your markers, because believe you me, once you try these markers, I can promise you
you'll be getting more.
And I was that, oh no, I don't need them. But oh yes, I did. And soon that collection does grow. Talks about your mixing of your colours, because there's techniques that you can do, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you those little techniques as well. And it talks about how you mix your colours and the things that you can do to create extra shades by using those pens that come in your collection, and it gives you some hints and tips there as well. And then you've got your step-by-step guide in how you can transition those colours and make them work, and it is an absolutely fabulous piece of instruction. And you're probably thinking, well, what am I going to colour with, Ben? What am I
well,
going to use?
it'd be nice, wouldn't it, if they kind of put some stuff in the box, but I'm not sure if they do they?
Absolutely, we do.
Of course they do.
So you've got some sheets in here, and you're also getting some blank sheets. So if you are wanting to have a dabble at some drawing and some illustration, and some maybe, using your outline to draw your own kind of image, absolutely you can do. And again, it's all in there. I call them the practice sheets.
Yeah.
They're like a practice sheet, and they enable you to have a go. So that's the first kit, Ben. So the thing that you're actually paying for is the big one. Now we call it an advanced discovery kit, and the thing I don't want you being put off by is the name advanced.
Because you don't need to be an expert.
You do not, because it is taking you on that colouring journey from the very start and advancing on your skill level in this one kit. And I said this one kit, this kit and the other one. Or maybe you want to give that to a friend, or give it to another crafty friend, or maybe, whatever you want to do with it, actually, to be fair. So yeah, absolutely. So this is the bigger kit, and the bigger kit means that it's got more in here. And in this particular kit that you're getting, and I will talk about these, is because you're getting a little bit of a more in-depth experience into our Spectrum Noir, because we have got, and I have to always remember this, 7 illustrator pens. And can I just tell you as well, in this kit, there are no repeats.
So no duplicates from the smaller kit, no?
No duplicates whatsoever. And I'm going to show you so you can see this. and I'm going to get them all out. I hope you don't mind, Ben. I hope
You
don't mind
take your time. The unboxing experience is what we want.
Well, I've got these 3 hours, and I'm going to take advantage of having 3 hours, let me tell you. But I'm going to show you the colour system in this one. You've got baby pink, you've got gold, cocktail pink, apple, sunshine, pale mint and sorbet in those Illustrator dual tipped pens that we talked about just a second ago. So straight away you've got your 7 there and your 5 there. You've got no repeats.
Some of those different shades of the colours that you had in the original.
Different shades, yeah, absolutely. So that's a fabulous, you know, in itself, that you've got no duplication whatsoever. You've got another art liner pen, and again, there's no duplications in this one because this is your 0.05. Then you've got the 1, and I'll just bring back in that. What did I do with my scrap of paper, Ben? Let me just bring it in so I can show you again. The difference between the two is that we're talking a bit of a thicker line. So you've got a super fine one, and then this is still fine, but not as super fine as the fine as a super fine one is.
It's fine, but not super fine. It's fine, but not super fine.
And then we also are giving you a little introduction in the Art of Illustration box into the world of our classique pens.
Right.
So our classique pens, and this is the most common question I get asked, and again, like I said, you can ask away anything today. I'll do my very best to help and answer any questions that you may have. But the difference between the two is, and I will going to bring out, take all of the tops off. Yep, we'll take the tops off.
Take the tops off.
Take the tops off. The colourways in the classiques, by the way, are Caribbean.
Yep.
So you've got that lovely Caribbean shade.
Yes.
You've got True Blue, and you've got Ever. And again, if you've noticed, no repeats in the colours. Even though it's 3 different pens, there's still no repeats in there. You've got some standalone products there. But the difference between an Illustrator and a Classique, they are both alcohol markers.
Yep.
They're both with that ergonomical shaped barrel, sit there comfortably. And the visible thing that you can see straight away are the nibs.
Yes.
And that's the difference between them. So these Classiques have a bullet nib.
Yep.
And I'm just going to go in so you can see again with the bullet nib. And then on the other side, you have the chisel nib. And the chisel means that you can get a lot of colour and lay down a lot of colour in here. And again, can I tell you, Ben, this is a system. This is an alcohol colouring system that once you have used the ink that's in there, and that's a lot of ink, can I just tell you, these pens last quite some time, but these are refillable,
so you can re-ink the classiques as well.
Yes, you can re-ink your classiques as well.
And just to say, so obviously from the right hand side as we look, it's obvious to see you've got the brush nib and then the chisel nib. So the nib on the Illustrator, the other end, is finer, is more finer than the nib that you've got on the classique other end, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll pop them two side by side so that you can see them. Probably should have used a darker colour in that one, but you've got 2 different nibs, a superfine nib and a bullet nib. Okay. And again, it gives you different applications every time you use it. So there are brilliant pens. They're giving you a little insight into the things that we do at Spectrum Noir. And again, it's that taster, almost like a taster kit. But again, you're not left alone once you've got this, because in here you've got an even bigger guide into alcohol markers. So more in-depth talking about the lay down of colour. It talks about all the other pens as well, tri-blends and things like that. Talks about the nibs, because there's another thing that you may not know, but there's replaceable nibs that you can buy in the Spectrum Noir brand, and they are on the website, so you can change your nibs as well. So that's another thing to talk about that system. It's a colouring system. It's what gave Leanne the idea of how to develop something, and what she wanted to make this into a bit of a journey for people, and an easy journey at that.
And pretty much once you've got a set of these, as we're seeing, the fact that you can replace the nibs and you can re-ink these as well, it's a set and a system that you've got for life. So if you're starting off here, you're only ever going to add to it. Once one of your pens gets towards the end, you're then just going to re-ink it. So you'll always keep hold of these and always keep building. And there's so many lovely comments coming in about these. What I love more than anything is I think, well, I personally haven't seen us bundle together the 2 kits, and it's been brilliantly explained for the fact that in this collection we started off with that Illustration Discovery kit, and then the next, a few months later, moved on to the Advanced kit as well. So you're getting the best of both worlds here, because almost if you are starting off, you start off with your smaller kit, move to that next level where you've got more pens, more ideas, more tuition. But if you've already potentially got the Discovery Kit, you can get the bundle today, give the Discovery Kit maybe to the kids or the grandkids, the nieces or the nephews, and then you've got that advanced kit as well. And as I say, talking about that, Evangeline just saying, Ben, my nephew received this collection and he loved it. Lovely kits to do during the winter months. And I think, Debbie, that kind of illustrates, see what I did there? That illustrates that, again, you can be 70 or 7 and use these. These are for all age ranges,
all
aren't they?
ages, and I mean all ages. You'll know Sarah's 2 lovely, gorgeous boys, from Sarah's kids' age to the, I'm going to say the more mature lady.
The mature lady, yes.
Anybody can pick up a pen. A what? Oh, man.
Mature lady or man.
Did I say just mature lady?
Yeah, you did, but it's fine.
Of course, mature men as well. Anybody can pick up a pen. Anybody can start this journey. And I'll tell you something. When I first heard about alcohol colouring, I steered away from it. I was terrified. I thought, I can't do it. I love colouring, but I just can't do it. And it's like with anything. It's like learning. It's about techniques. It's about taking all that education that we offer you and give you, because you're buying the system, but we're not leaving you alone. We're a little bit like where we're hovering around in the background, where we've got those education tuitions, where we have the Colour Me Happy shows. If you're new to Crafters TV today and you've never watched us before, we have a dedicated show to colouring, all things colouring, and all things. I mean, honestly, Ben, we never leave you alone.
No.
We're always there, holding your hand, ready to answer any questions. And also in this gorgeous kit, which I just want to touch on as well, is there's some more sheets for you to colour with. So you've got all that education, you've got all the sheets, you're even getting some practice sheets as well, and this premium quality cardstock as well, which makes a difference when you're using alcohol pens. So we are taking you on a journey of how to use the pens, and I will show you. Shall we do a little demo?
We do. I tell you what, whilst you just get ready, I'll say a few hellos, because I kind of feel we've got loads of people keep joining us. Like a morning roll call, isn't it? Let's see who's in for Craft Chat Create. Alison says, good morning all, just got back from the school run. That's early for the school run, isn't it? 8:25? Oh, good for you. Pack them off early so you can come back and watch the show. Love that. Mary says, I'm so excited. These are the best kits ever. They really are great. Wait till you see them in action. Hello, Bev Judd. Bev, lovely Bev, says, I love Spectrum Noir Aqua Mediums and Classics. I've just completed a Fox. Makes anyone an artist. If you want to send in your pictures this morning as well, studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk is the address. It might be .com. Is it .com? It is .co.uk. Trust your instincts, Ben. Carletta says, good morning, everyone. Hello to Marsha Nelson. Julie Barlow says, morning. Barbara says, good morning, Ben. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Debbie and Ben from South Carolina, says Jacqueline Daniels. Hello. And Rebecca White says, I adore my Spectrum Noir pens. I love them all. I have the full classic set and slowly collecting the illustrators. Keep the messages coming in. Say hello. We will mention you right throughout the show. And don't forget, a little bit later on, they're already laughing in the gallery because we've asked you to get your questions in. A little bit later on, we're going to have a little bit of a sit down. We're going to chat all about our social channels if you don't know about those, but also we're giving you the opportunity to ask me and Debbie any question you like. It can be crafty related, and it can be anything. You know that question you've always wanted to ask it this morning. I can already see a few coming in. There's some good ones. There are some good ones coming in. Facebook and YouTube, get those questions in nice and early, and we'll answer those a little bit later on. But let's dive in. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this collection. So this is the illustration discovery kit. Don't forget, we're already so busy. We've sold out the mandala kit. We've got another kit to come on to in just a second. But let's have a look at this illustration kit, Debbie.
Oh, and I do love this. And you know what I absolutely forgot to mention? Not only do you get that booklet about all the pens, the things that it can do, but you get in a step-by-step tutorial.
Oh, yeah.
And I honestly mean this with the education. It's about getting to know it. And the step-by-step is very valuable in that. And Tatiana worked with us alongside this to put this together, to give you that, that inspiration and for you to have a play. And I want you to treat this as, this is not something that I'm going to stick on a card straight away. I want you to treat this as something that you're going to progress and learn and develop so that you can then, when you get your stamps and all, the colouring mediums and downloads and things like that, are out there, you've then got that confidence.
This is like your little night school, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, exactly what it is. And that's what I want you to remember when you're doing this. So it doesn't matter if you get it wrong. It's about learning and enjoying colouring, because there's nothing to be frightened about. Alcohol colouring is absolutely extremely mindful. It takes you into your own little world. It's very, very good craft for the soul, because it's just one of those that you can get lost in, and then you can take some pride in it afterwards as well. And I love it, absolutely love it. So talking of that step-by-step instruction, I am going to use my step-by-step instruction. I'm going to talk about these 2 pens, and it gives you straight away the numbers for you to use. So in your kit, it's going to talk about your pens that you can use. So it's telling me that I need to use the PP6 and the PP2. These are from the pale pink family, and 2 very different shades from the lightest, which again, this gives you an indication. I always do a little bit of a colour swatch, Ben. I don't know about yourself, but when I'm using pens, I do have what I call a little colour swatch, because the caps, we go as true as we can with a cap, but it's not always as accurate as we would, as you would like. So again, just make yourself a little colour swatch, and so that you know, and maybe we're using your outliner pen underneath that's the PP2 and then the PP6. So you can see straight away in that colour family, you've got 2 very different shades, from your very lightest, which is the 2, up to the darkest, which is the 6. So, and then it's talking about how you lay down that colour, and where to begin as well. Because sometimes a lot of people think, well, wait, which petal do I start with?
I know what you mean, yeah.
So, and it tells you, start with the front petal and start with it and build it up. Yeah. So we're going to start with this one here, and we're going to lay down that colour. So I'm going to start with, and you're probably thinking, really? The darkest? But it does tell you, honestly, it does tell you. And it tells you to leave a little bit at the bottom. Now I can hear them in gallery, have you heard them? What? Really?
They're chuntering away this morning, aren't they, eh?
Absolutely. So I'm going to start with it, and I'm going to, I move my my cardstock around. You know, when I want to do, and I talked about that flicking motion, I actually move my cardstock to make it easier for myself. So I've twisted it upside down. And
is it significant, you might have already mentioned this, but is it significant that you've got another piece of card underneath?
Oh, that's a very good question, Ben. Yes, absolutely it is. Alcohol, the nature of an alcohol pen, it will seep through cardstock. Yeah. So in that case, in that respect, if you think about a glass mat, slippery surface, it can pool. So when it's going through the cardstock, it can pool underneath and sometimes bounce back through. Okay. And then ruin your project. So you need some blotting paper. That's all it is. It's to soak that alcohol. Not to soak that alcohol.
I know something else which would soak alcohol, but that's for another show.
That's for another show. It's to soak up. It's to soak that up so it doesn't pool back through and come back through, if that makes any sense. Yes. Right, so we're going to start, and we're going to go in and do those, do you know those flicking motions that I was talking about? And we're going to lay down some colour. And again, we're starting with that dark.
And now, it's quite a light touch, isn't it, the flick?
Yes.
Lighter than perhaps you would imagine.
Absolutely. You don't need to, with the flicking. And the best way to describe it is, if you ever watch Leanne, she talks about popping your palm of your hand onto your resting it. Yeah. I'm going to say resting. And then using that to create your flicks. So it's really just your hand that you're moving, but not the whole. Does that make sense? Yes. When you're holding it to get those flicks, and it means that you can control that better, rather than just going in and like if you're trying to do a flick and you see that the whole hand's moving because I haven't got it anchored down. Yeah. So it's about anchoring. Can you see what I mean? Because you're doing it now, aren't you?
I'm doing it that pen in my mind. It's like you put the. What's that bit called? That's not the palm. What's that called there?
Is it the palm there bit? Is that your palm?
No, that's your palm, but it's that bit there, isn't it?
That's the bit that you're holding down. Yeah, absolutely.
And it is almost like you haven't got a pen in your hand, like you are just like flicking with your finger. That's how I sort of practice it.
Yes.
You get to that light touch, and then you add the pen in, and then you've got the flick.
Absolutely.
But the more you try it, the more you'll get the touch.
Absolutely, you will do. And again, it's just about having a play and having a practice, and getting used to that, because that's quite a thing in itself as well. It's quite not difficult to do, but it's you're just training yourself to do it,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. And of course, you know, this is what this tutorial's all about. This is what these kits are all about, and getting to know and understanding your pens, and having that play. And I do, and again, the transparency that you've got with an alcohol marker enables you to literally, without using any of the other pens in the kit, create that little bit of shade and dimension, because when you go over, you're starting to build up colour, and you can see that from the darkest bit there to the lighter touches at the flick at the other end.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's quite visible right now. So again, it's one of those things that you're having a practice. Don't worry about these little bits. If you go out, don't worry about anything like that, because we're going to work on that next petal. It's all about having the play and really just building your skill level up.
There's loads of people watching. Meave Seaver says, morning everyone from a freezing Dublin, Ireland. Hi, Meave. Lil J Craft is in from Yorkshire, a bit late today, that's fine, we'll excuse you. Sandra says, I'm here. Hi, Ben, Debbie, the CTV crew, social superstar and crafty friends and family. We've got Erin and Nicola steering the Good Ship Craft today, along with John and also Grace on the socials. Bubble and Squeak is in. Amy Johnson is in, good morning. And also, and this is in stock by the way, it's a good little tip, something which you might find as a perfect partner to go with your pens. Treasure Heart says, Debbie, you need the rotating board. It is available on the website. I've just checked. That's a handy tool to have, isn't it? The rotating board.
I love the honestly, the rotating board on the Totally Tiffany one, whether it be the small one or the large one, enables you to be able to do all the turning with ease. Yeah. So that honestly, it makes such a difference. That rotating board changed the way that I did colour as well. Alongside all of these tuitions, it absolutely makes life so much easier. Do we have it on the show, did you say, Ben, or is it in stock, did you say?
It is, well, it's on the UK. I've just checked on crafterscompanion.co.uk. The 9x11 rotating board is in stock, $15.99. So yeah, if you can stretch to that, then absolutely yes. And it's the heel of your hand. Treasure Heart, thank you.
Thank you.
It's the palm and the heel. The palm and the heel.
Is that the palm?
That's the palm, and the heel's like the.
Thank you so much.
The squishy bit.
Yeah, that's, do you know, and I'm going to take that because I'm the witchy bit, the squishy bit. Did you say? Did you say the squishy bit?
Well, that's what Nicola, I think, said. But Rebecca and Treasure Heart, Rebecca White also said it's called the heel. That is the heel. Nicola calls it the squishy bit. However you
that, do you know, that really does help. It really, really does help having the right terminology.
Yes.
Because yeah, I just thought that would be Bob.
Well, we are learning stuff as always.
You learn education about the colour, you won't get to terminology of what your hand is.
Just to say as well, I know it is £10 Tuesday, which we'll chat more about in just a second. It's also $10 Tuesday in the US. For those of our US viewers who are struggling to find, you have got the same deals there. You will see it scrolling across the top of the homepage, but if you can't see that scrolling, just type in Tuesday into the search bar, and those $10 items will pop up for you, a few of which I will feature for you a little bit later on. But if it is colouring you are into, there are some fantastic deals today, as I say, more of which I will highlight. See what I did there? I am on fire today. A little bit, thank you, a little bit later on.
Now, Ben, I'm using the pale pink too, so the lighter shade now, because I want to soften, do you know where my flicking is? I want to soften those edges. I want to preserve a little bit of highlight, so with the shade and the dimension. So what I'm going to do now is, and what I will tell you is, obviously the this is from the same colour family, the PP family is a pale pink, but it's the different various shades, and the different various shades is that alcohol content again. So it's the same colour that's in there, but more alcohol content in there compared to what's in the darker shade.
Yes.
So for that reason, if you go over what you've already done, you're going to bleach that out, because by the time it evaporates, little for a big word for me in the morning, evaporates, it will bleach out. And I don't want to bleach that colour out. That colour's a really nice shade, and I've already got that shade. What I just want to do is just soften. So what I'm going to do is just take it and do some little downward flicks over where I've been. And again, if you've noticed, I'm not moving the heel.
Yep. Good
the
word.
heel of my, yeah, I love
heel,
it.
The squishy bit.
Use that now, the squishy bit. And I'm just going in, and again, I'm just going to do exactly the same, where I want to soften those edges.
Emma Cat has been in touch. Hello, Emma. Thank you for messaging. Lovely to have your question. Says, Debbie, how long did it take you to become confident with your shading?
Do you know, I'm not going to lie, since I joined the team.
Okay.
And I've been with crafters now, this will be coming into my 6th year. So I've been doing, and I started off with the very basics. I bought myself a little kit, you know, a few pens,
like
and
this?
had a little play, had a little practice. Obviously we get some Leanne, what I didn't learn from Leanne and Fiona regarding Spectrum Noir, and Debbie, come to that because Deb's, I've learned so much from them. But practicing myself and sitting down on a night and getting my sheets out and having a play. So it took me, I'm going to say I feel more confident in the last couple of years with colouring now, and I just enjoy it so much. But it is about that sitting, having a play and building your skill and your confidence up, because I was terrified of alcohol colouring. Could never work out the shading, could never work out the colours to use. This system that we do at Spectrum Noir with any of our alcohol pen system enables you to get that confidence built up and that skill level built up as well. So I'd say comfortably, last couple of years, I feel a lot more at ease with colouring and shading and things like that.
I think it's very reassuring as well, Debbie, for our viewers to hear. So obviously, you know, everyone comes to this channel to watch, you know, the likes of yourself and Debbie and Jan and Leanne, like you say. And it's very reassuring to hear that people are watching you now and going, you know, look how great Debbie's colouring is, but yet you were terrified when you first started as well. So if we've got people at home watching right now thinking, oh, I'm a bit scared to get started on my colouring journey, we've all been there. But I think the thing is, it's an unwarranted fear really, isn't it? Because, you know, if you get a kit like this, what is the worst thing that can happen? You know, you get a kit like this home, you do a bit of colouring and, you know, you don't get it quite right, or you ruin a bit of cardstock. It's not the end of the world. It's not as if we're saying you've got to do your first image here and it's going to be put in a gallery for hundreds of people to see. It doesn't need to be terrifying. You have a go. It comes out first time, you go, oh, I don't quite like that. Well, you practice again, don't you? And you practice again,
absolutely.
and you have fun with it. And gradually, bit by bit, you'll become more confident, you'll become more happy. And particularly when you've got pens like this to work with, you're already on like the winning road, aren't you?
Oh gosh, yeah, I totally and utterly. And all that's done is just soften. When the alcohol evaporates in there, you get that lovely transition, and it is about you know, understanding all of that, Ben, because I was a little bit of the oh my goodness, I'm doing it all wrong, it don't look right, and then literally, like I said, it's that's that build up of confidence that you want to learn, and that's what this system is all about. It really, truly is. And again, it's just about practicing and playing and laying down those colours, softening those edges, learning basically everything that you need to know about the pens to do that. And that's, you know, that's what we do so well at Crafters Companion. Not going to lie, you don't get this anywhere else. And it's free. I know companies that charge for things like this, and I genuinely mean that. They charge a small fortune.
We pay do all this fees, don't you? For things
my
like
days,
this?
yeah, absolutely, but not with us. We give you all this expert tuition for nada.
Nada.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, it is.
Nada.
Zilch. Nothing.
Zilch.
And
Zilch.
And just lovely Debbie pointed out earlier on as well, obviously you've got these shows that are live all the time, but you don't have to, you know, we love it when you join us, but if there's a show you can't watch for whatever reason, if you go onto YouTube, subscribe to us at Crafters TV, you will be able to not only get notifications of when your favourite shows go live, but also you can literally check the whole back catalogue of shows that we have ever done. Yeah. Right? And how amazing is that? It's not as if, like, you know, this show, you might think, oh, they'll keep it on for a month maybe and it'll disappear. No, this show will be here forever, till the end of time, says Nicola. God, that sounds a bit drastic, doesn't it, eh? Yes, the shows will be there for you till the end of time.
Till the end of time.
But the point is, particularly, Debbie, till the end of time. It's getting a bit sinister now. But the point is, like, you know, if colouring is your thing, you can literally go onto YouTube, search for, you know, colouring shows. Our colouring show now is on a Sunday, our specific colouring show, Colour Me Happy, midday on a Sunday, 7 o'clock East Coast. Type in Colour Me Happy into the search bar once you've subscribed to us, and all of those shows will pop up. I mean, and like you say, Debbie, the great thing as well here is not only do you get free tuition, but you get tuition from Debbie. You'll get tuition from our other Debbie. You'll get tuition from Leanne and Jan and Sarah and all these, and Craig and all these amazing experts. So you're picking up hints and tips from everybody, Debbie, aren't you?
Absolutely. And you can see, I'm just having to play at the moment. I'm using you've got that, you've got the tuition there, right there, talking about all the different stages, the pens that you use and the build up, so that you'll end up yourself. And if you're wondering what I'm just doing here, it's just adding that little extra bit of detail. And I just wanted to show you, you've got the tools here, you've got the tools, you've got the pens, and it's about all that learning of shading, how to soften those edges, you can go back over, where you can preserve highlight. All those things, Ben, are really fabulous. And by the time you've learned, and I'm going to finish that off, I'll do it in stages. I always work on a petal at a time as well, so I don't go and try and do like all of the dark shades first and then go back and then try and soften it. You need it while it's still wet. While it's still wet, it enables you to be able to move that alcohol and get that blend. If it's dried, it's a bit more difficult. So always work on one stage at a time, so work on each petal. But that's the kind of thing that you can end up doing, and I promise you this is something that you will do. This is education in a box. It's absolutely fabulous, tutorials galore, and I promise you will enjoy colouring a lot more than you actually think, because it's colouring made, and I want to say colouring made easy, but it really is, because you've got everything from understanding your pens to tutorial, step by step, stage by stage, building up, using the colours. You've got all those different things that you've got the tools here, right here, and I'm going to show you some more, because we've got some more fabulous kits, but you can be creating and building up your skill level. So although it says on that box advanced discovery kit, this is a journey from you starting to building up your skill level. And not only have you got all of those fabulous pens, but then you've got the other kits that you're getting for absolutely free, some more practice sheets, some more pens, some different shades in there that you're not paying for today, because you're just paying for all of this. That could be a gift to yourself, it could be a gift to somebody else. They're just incredible pens and incredible systems, and I believe you me, you will be able to get to this level. You will take it on board and build up yours yourself at your own pace as well, Ben. Mm-hmm. No one rushing you, no one trying to, you go at your own pace, and I promise you will enjoy the colouring just as much as I do now and not be frightened of it.
And what I love with this, in that instance, if you do want to save the images within the collection, you practice on other stamped images, for example, or just practice in rough, you have got some beautiful pictures for you then to be able to colour, to make into card projects should you wish to, as you've just seen there. But I think the whole point is, and Debbie's hit the nail on the head with this, is you've got the best tools to get started to work with. You've got the best tuition as well to get started here, not only in paper form within the collections that you're going to get, but with all of those Colour Me Happy shows that you can find on our YouTube page. Fantastic deal, and I think I've got a terrible memory, but I want to say this is the first time I've seen us actually bundle these up, but also give you one for free. So you are paying for the Advanced Discovery Kit, and then you're going to get the original for free. £19.99 is your platinum price on this. And also, just worth bearing in mind, I know we've got new viewers all the time, Club Inspire is our free loyalty club that you can join on the website right now. So if you go to crafterscompanion.co.uk, you'll see the little link at the top of the page. Tap on that, fill in your email, fill in your name, create a password, boom, you're done. We'll give you 250 points to get you started, and you'll also, signing up today, get 20% off your first order, so that price down there will be applicable to you, and once you start shopping with us, you'll start saving even more. We'll chat perhaps more about the club a little bit later on. Whilst you're on the website, by the way, I must just say good morning to Sue, who has joined us from Middlesbrough. Hi, Sue. And Evangeline says, beautiful, Debbie. Yeah, absolutely. Great tuition this morning. As I was saying, website, it's an exciting day because on a Tuesday, sometimes on a Tuesday, we do £10, $10 Tuesday. And basically this, well, you can work it out. You can work out what this is. It's a Tuesday. So we offer deals for how much? £10 is correct, Nicola. Go to the top of the class. You can find all of the deals by searching Tuesday in the search box. And we highlight this today particularly for the fact that We have items, these, right, I know you can't believe it as much as I can't believe it. The aqua pens, right? So this is the primary collection, £10. And let's just also make this clear, that's a £10 Tuesday deal, but it's £10 before your discount. Yeah. So that, if you're a platinum member, I can do the maths on that. That's £8. £8! It's right. And it's not just one, you think, oh, they're only giving away, one set of the aquas. Nah, you can also get the nature collection of aquas, £10, £8 if you're platinum. Also, these are on a £10 Tuesday deal as well. The florals, literally, they're falling off their chairs in the gallery. They are falling off their chairs. And they're making noises I've never heard before. If you're wondering why we're stuck on this picture, it's because Nicola's taken her hands off all of the equipment and she's actually shopping on the website right now. And the colour blend, right, these ones here are your shade and tone collection. Normally $24.99, £10, $10, £8, $8 if you are a platinum member, but only remember for today while stocks last. And let me just say to you as well, that's not £10 Tuesday. I mean, it is, but it's not the whole of £10 Tuesday. There's loads of other deals for you as well. We just wanted to highlight what we think are some of the best deals and actually the deals that tie in perfectly with this show, seeing as we're focusing on colouring. So as much as, you should shop this show, search Tuesday at the website right now to pick up those deals. You will not regret it. Now, oh, sorry. Literally, you can tell the guys in the gallery that they're online right now. Yeah, they are. They're shopping.
I thought
so. Erin's just gone. Hey, Nicola, have you heard? Faux snow, £10 Tuesday, and then Nicola's just turned and gone. I know. I've just seen scissors. Scissors, faux snow. I know. Yeah, Ben, just carry on talking. We'll be with you in a minute. Beep beep beep. That's what they're like. I mean, I'm just carrying the show on my own today. Literally, they're shopping. So unprofessional. Right, welcome if you have just joined us to Craft Chat Create. My name's Ben Moseby, ever professional host for you here today. And we're all unlike someone we know, or some people we know, and we're almost an hour into the show. We are concentrating today on our amazing Spectrum Noir products and actually our discovery kits. These are brilliant. We've concentrated already on our illustration kit. However, you will know, or you might not know, we do a lot of different styles of these kits as well, and we're moving on to this next collection, which is our creative colouring kit. So Adventures in Colour. Now this is same for the fact that we are giving you kind of a little bit of a, dip your toe into the water kind of deal here, but once again, different to the pens that you're going to get in your illustration set. You've got different styles of pen, you've got different colours, and also different tuition with this as well. Once again, as we unbox these two kits come hand in hand. So initially we launched the Discovery Kit, which is the one at the top here. Then following that one a few months later, we then launched the Advanced Discovery Kit. And as Debbie has already explained, you don't have to be advanced to have this. It's just, you start here and then you advance here. All right, that's how it kind of works. And once again, you're paying for your Advanced Discovery Kit, the Adventures in Colour. With this deal, you're getting the Creative Colouring Discovery Kit for free once again. So if you want to use both of these for yourself, you can do. If you decide that you want to do a bit of colouring with the kids or the grandkids or nieces or nephews, you can give perhaps the Discovery Kit to them. You go with the Advanced Discovery Kit. However you want to use it. It's a $19.99 deal today for Platinum members, or $27.96. Again, if you have just joined us before we move on, by the way, for our UK viewers as well, ClearPay is available for you. $6.25 today, 4 instalments, interest-free of $6.25. If you've got a ClearPay account, you can log in at checkout at our website. If you haven't yet got one, you can find out as to how you can apply for one of those accounts. Nice way to be able to spread the cost of your shop, particularly for those more kind of bigger purchases, should you say. Yes, I was going to say as well, a little bit later on, we are going to be having a bit of a sit down and a chin wag. So if there's any questions that you want to ask about any of the goodies that we've got on the show, any questions you want to ask about the Discovery Kits or colouring, or indeed for later, any questions that you've always wanted to ask me or Debbie, crafting related or not? You look worried over there. Feel free to ask those questions, and we will do a bit of a chat a little bit later on. Go on, ask that question. God, I dare you, dare you. Ask that question. Go on. Yeah, you know that one. Ask it. Go on. Facebook, YouTube. We'll do that in just a bit. But Debbie, let's come back to these discovery kits. Let's chat about the colouring discovery kit. So. This one's sort of like same but different, isn't it, really, to the ones we've looked at?
Yes, because it is again, and don't be put off by the word advanced. And can I just say, I know I really shouldn't have a favourite, but out of all the kits that we've ever done, this is still my go-to, and I love it. It's absolutely fabulous. I think I love the design. So the lovely artist that we work with on this one, or should I say the most talented colourist, where you're going to get that inspiration from, is the lovely Cara Aldridge, and absolutely beautiful designs. So in this one, and I'm going to start with a larger one this time, you can see straight away on your box the kind of colours that you're going to be expecting from this kit. It's going to talk about air tones, skin tones, and a nice, beautiful array of images that you're going to be able to colour in. Now, this kit is, again, the illustrators and the classics. Now, I've talked about those pens, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but I'll talk about the colours.
Yes.
Because they are still the same dual-tipped. The illustrator, it's still the same, that lovely, flexible Japanese nib on one end and that fine nib on the other. But the colours in this one are the pale tan. We've got the raw sienna. These are going to give you beautiful tones in skin colour.
Yes.
You've got the russet. I would say that slowly, russet. You've got the brown grey, and then for me, a fabulous one, the blender.
Oh,
now,
okay.
So people think that this is a blender pen that blends the colours together, so it blends colours and it helps you blend. No, it doesn't.
Oh, right.
No,
you were wrong at home.
It should be called eraser.
Oh.
It should be called all things that you can do, techniques to create extra dimension. It's absolutely fabulous because this erases colour, and it honestly, I'm going to show you some little techniques with that one in a moment. So that's your illustrators taken care of, and then you've got some colours of the classics. And if you don't know if you've noticed, Ben, but do you know if you were going for a couple of kits maybe today, I'm not repeating any of these colours.
Different, aren't they?
All different. So we've got orchid, we've got periwinkle, which is a beautiful blue, we've got the emerald, we've also got bubblegum, which is a lovely pink one, and then we've got sunshine, which again is from your citrus, but it's a different shade again. So there's some nice colours in here again, Ben. Now for this one, you've got an outliner pen, which is the 0.1 nib, again really fabulous, and again, I'm just going to move those to one side because I'm going to be using these in a moment. But you have, again, that inspiration about everything you need to know about alcohol markers, from your mixing of colours, layering of colours, colour gradients, your colour theory, talking about your colour theory. There's a lot of science behind colours and how they work together. But we talk about all of those things. How to store pens, and I've even talked about storing pens.
Yeah, good.
How to store your pens. We've got you covered on there. You can go and check the website out with storage trays, which are universal storage trays, can I just tell you, but they fit our markers, absolutely fabulous. But again, talks about making and planning your colours. That swatch that I talked about earlier, having your swatch, popping it in your colour, so pop it into your
Yeah.
box. Thank you.
So
yeah.
would you physically make it and then like laminate a swatch?
I
really?
would, yeah. So you've got it, and then you've got a hand, and then you can see that true colour. Because like I said, on the cap, it's different, not necessarily massively different, but I want you to see the colour when it's laid down onto the cardstock. So that's why I would always do a swatch and then write down so you know. So when you want to work out your colour system and how planning your colours, you've got it to hand and you've got your strip there with it on. It's always a top tip that any colourist will tell you to do. Again, step-by-step tuition, and this one I adore.
Ooh,
In
yeah.
fact, I promise you that tonight I will pop on my picture on my Facebook page of what I did with this one, because I love this image so much, and I did genuinely do that step-by-step instruction. When I was at Peterborough, it took me a couple of days to do it, because I spent that time in between shows to learn, to practice, to play, and it's my proudest moment so far in my colouring journey, and I love it, and I'm actually going to frame it. I've said I need to get myself a little frame for it, but I will share it on my social media page later so you can see the finished result, because I won't have time to do the whole of this right now in this show, because it'll take me longer than 3 hours, and we've only got 2 hours left now.
So if you were to do something like this, Debbie, how long would that take you from start to finish?
So this took me, when I did mine, and I haven't got it to hand, Ben, it's at home, so I've got it in my craft room, but it took me 2 days. And I don't mean 2 days of 24-hour colouring.
48 hours.
Yeah, no, I don't mean that. I mean a couple of days in between shows, working on areas. I did the skin tones first, then I moved on to the hair. And there's a lot of things that you can do with it. And this lovely step-by-step instruction takes you through the whole of this. And that, do you know, that lovely galaxy of hair? That's what I want to describe that as, a galaxy of hair, so that you end up with this image that's on the front that Cara's drawn in. You can do that too. And I promise you, you will be able to do that. And it took me a couple of days over those periods of like an hour in between shows, or a couple of hours in between shows, night time. I'm not going to lie, I sat down one night at 7 o'clock and it was 2 o'clock in the morning when I looked up and I thought, I always think of you
whenever the chat gets onto like nighttime crafting. I always think of you, because I'm sure you said it. Well, you just said it again there.
Yep.
Or sometimes you'll sit down at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and before you know it, it's like 4 in the morning.
Absolutely, that's just the way I am, honestly. But these are the kind of things that you can colour in. So this image has been taken. I'm not going to lay credit to this one. This is a fabulous one of our lovely Christina, who did this one. And you can take it into your card making, so you can see from that image she's used a fraction of there. And how gorgeous does that look? You can see the difference straight away.
Yeah.
And I will, like I said, and what Christina's done with this is she's played with colours. So she's gone with a tuition, but she's played with her own colour palette and created this. And honestly, you will love this, Kate, because the imagery in this one they're just fabulous. There's some gorgeous, beautiful designs, nice big designs. Can I just tell you, some really lovely big images that you can. I think of Nicola when I see this one. Do you see this?
I know what
do you see
mean.
a little bit Nicola?
Yeah,
I see a little bit Nicola in this
Nicola.
image. Yeah,
it is.
The cutesy image. I love.
She's just gone, oh,
what she's saying. But it is. It's true. Every time I look at that one, I think of Nick.
Yeah.
But there's lots of lovely images in there that you can have a play with. This one, let me just show you this one when it's coloured in. And honestly, I'm going to give a big shout out to Lucinda for this one. Are you ready?
Come on. Whoa. That's
seriously
amazing.
Now, I don't want you thinking, well, Lucinda's probably been colouring for donkey's years and I'm never going to be able to I'm never going to be able to get to that. Lucinda will probably tell you the same if she's watching right now. You know, it's all about the practicing, the playing, the laying down of colour. The tuition that you're getting with this kit is outstanding, and you can achieve things like this as well. And all Lucinda's done is, once she's coloured it all in, is added some embellishments. Lovely. Put it into a card. Absolutely super. And I look at Ben's face, but I promise you can do this too. I promise you. We are taking you on that journey of learning colour, and this one's all about the adventures in colour. It's about that creative colouring, and it's absolutely fabulous. So that's the bigger kit, Ben, and I'll come back to that in a moment, because I'm telling you, I absolutely adore these. The smaller one, the one that you're getting for
free,
diddly squat, is and again, it's the lovely Cara and some gorgeous cute images in this, but on a smaller scale. So maybe if you want to try the smaller scale and then move up to the advanced, that's entirely up to you. It's taking you on that journey. The pens in here again, and I'm just going to repeat these so you can see that there's no repeats in this kit from the smaller one to the larger one, apart from your outliner, but there's no harm in having more than one outliner, let me tell you. These, I absolutely love these. But you've got in this one aniseed, so from the light yellow to honeydew. We've got Ice Grey 5, the shade of this one. We've got Carnation from that bright pink family, again, that bright pink too. And then we've got the Denim, the True Blue. So you've got some nice colours in there, dual tipped in the Classics. So there's no illustrators in this one, you've got the Classics, but there's no repeats in this kit to what's in that large kit that you're getting as well. So that one, again, in itself is fabulous. You've got that tuition again, and then you've got the lovely images. Now, this has been depleted. So I'm only going to show you a couple, but you get some sheets in there to have a play. You've got that outliner in there. If you love art yourself, and you know, you could use a stamp and then perhaps draw around with your art liner and then colour it in. You know, there's lots of ways that you're going to be able to use this. I will show you just again how fabulous this is, because it's all about that tuition, and that's in the smaller scale. So you can see you've got one of the images that are the same, but from a smaller image to the larger one, and then the smaller one, when it's coloured in, again you can have a play. This is fabulous.
So colour along with somebody, or indeed use one as a practice.
Use one as a practice.
And then go on to the big one for your finished.
Yeah, and if I just show you the two different images there, from that small to that large, play with the colour. Yeah. It's about creative colouring. So the one that the lovely, and I can't remember who's done this one, Lisa, the one that lovely Lisa's done this one, is different to the one that Christina, just thought I'd check out back and not name check somebody else, is different because they've had a different play. They've taken it and they've learned and had a play with colour, and that's all it is about. It's that play. Honestly, you are gonna love these kits. These are the perfect opportunity at that price today. I just think is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, a phenomenal price for you to get a dabble into a small kit and a large kit, all about the creative colouring and the wait a minute, adventures in colour. Got to get that bit there. Adventures in colour. So we're going to get ready, Ben, if I can, just for a second, because I'm going to do a little bit on this one as well, and I'll show you some of the things that you can do to create, you know, that lovely galaxy of hair. Oh, yeah. I'll show you how you do that as well. Well, we
can't wait. There's so many lovely comments coming through. By the way, if you have asked a question, perhaps not specific to what we're doing right now, we will tackle those questions in just a little while. We're going to have a sit down and a chin wag on the sofa. Any questions you've ever wanted to ask me or Debbie, craft or non-craft related, get those questions in. Producer Erin is compiling them in the gallery as I speak. So you can ask us on Facebook, ask us on YouTube, anything crafty or non-crafty related, and we'll do a bit of a chat a little bit later on. A few people are asking about that blender pen as well, which is available for you. Bubble and Squeak asking, can you buy the blender pen on its own? Yes, you can. It is in stock. It is $2.49 if you just search for blender in the search bar on the website. Marcia's saying, I love my blender. And Jane Quigley, hi Jane on YouTube, says, I bought the mandala set for my lovely daughter-in-law for Christmas. She's never used these pens before and she is blown away with them. She says she is loving this kit. So nice to get those testimonials, and lovely to know that, you know, there are lots of you getting hold of these and just kind of, you know, either beginning that sort of journey in colour, or indeed kind of advancing yourself as you go. More questions coming through about all of the pens, and indeed about the kind of cardstock that you can use these on. We'll come back to Debbie in just a few moments time on that. Worth bearing in mind though, just recapping on the deal that we've got here, the Colouring Discovery Kit, which is the one we're looking at now, you are going to get everything that Debbie's just shown you. The smaller Discovery Kit you're going to get for free, along with that Advanced Discovery Kit 2. What I love about this is that you've got ClearPay if you're in the UK. $6.25 is the deal today if you want to grab. Come here. There you go. Do you need? There you go. Have those. You're welcome. That's fine. Sneaking around. Yeah, $6.25 if you have a ClearPay account, or indeed if you want to sign up for one today. If you're a Platinum member, £19.99 or $27.96 if you're shopping with us in the US. If you're not yet a Club Inspire member, though, as I've said, sign up today. Take advantage of all of the reasons for joining. You'll get 250 bonus points today. You'll get 20% off your first order. And also, worth bearing in mind that all of our Club Inspire members, if you place an order during January, and this is for all of our new Club Inspire members as well, we'll give you a bonus 250 points added onto your account in February. So plenty of reasons to shop for every pound or dollar you spend. Remember, you get a point. The more points you get, not prizes, sounded like Brucey then, but points you get, what do points make? Prizes. No, the more points you get, the more money off you get off of all of our amazing items. Bubble and Squeak says, Ben, thank you. I've ordered the blender pen to add to my 300 plus Spectrum Noir pens. Just talking about swatches, Debbie, as we come back. Rebecca's thinking about making a swatch, I think, and she says, would you do a swatch onto Nina?
Yes, yes. Absolutely. So the cardstock that we use in these kits is the premium smooth cardstock that works beautifully with alcohol pens. It is all about that education again. We've talked about this before in previous shows. You will get a different result on stamping card. There's nothing to stop you from stamping images and using stamping card for alcohol colouring. But if you want the premium finish with alcohol colouring, then Nina cardstock is the best to use. And there is also a pad that we do at Spectrum Noir, which is a super smooth one. And at the top of my head, I cannot remember the name of it, but I think it's the smooth, or it says super smooth. But there's a pad there as well under the Spectrum Noir range of pads. So not necessarily the Nina cardstock. So if you can never get your hands on the Nina, because it's one of those cardstocks that does tend to fly, if you can't get the hands on the Nina cardstock, there is the other option of the pad, which has got the super smooth paper in there, cardstock. It's perfect for that. But yes, I would always do my swatch onto some Nina cardstock.
Just a couple of quick ones as well before we crack on. Sharon says, question, Debbie. I bought the Tone and Shade Classics the other day, and that came with the blender. Does it work the same way as the one in the Illustrator?
Yes, absolutely. The blender is, and it's again, you can buy a blender pen individually as well. And you can get it, I think you can get it in the Classic as well as the Illustrator. Again, but yes, it's the same. It's exactly the same, and it will do the same job. There's no difference to them, if that makes any sense. This is basically like a pure alcohol kind of thing that erases, and it erases mistakes, and like I said, it can create some nice little techniques as well. So yeah, absolutely fabulous. So yes.
And a couple of things I know that we've covered, but it's fine. These questions get asked because people tune in all the time. People might miss information, so it's fine. Keep the questions coming. Fern says, are there re-inkers for these pens?
Yes.
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 For the Illustrators and the Classics,
they're like a little bottle. You'll find them on the website, and they're like a little what's that little squeezy thing?
Oh, pipette.
Thank you. Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah. So that's the bottle that. Yes, one of those. They're re-inkers for all the colours, and I want you to remember the re-inker is no different. So if you've got like I'm going to say GB7.
Right.
So if you go for the GB7 and you've got the two pens, you do not need to get another re-inker. The re-inker will cover both pens. It's the same thing. The only difference with the pens, apart from the name, obviously Illustrator and Classic, is the nibs. It's the nibs. There's nothing else different about them. So it's the same ink inside, and it's proprietary ink too, Crafter's Companion, can I tell you as well. That was a big
It was proprietary.
9:10. I've not even had my other coffee yet. Where is that, John, by the way?
I was just thinking that myself, actually. Where is that, John? 9:10. No coffee yet. John! Oh, he's there, look.
But yeah, it is. It's proprietary ink to Crafter's Companion. But yes, that re-inker will cover for both of them. So if it's a GB7 that you've got and that's the re-inker that you've got, it'll work for both pens. The only exception to that is the tri-blends. They're not re-inkers, the tri-blends. But yeah,
the smooth paper that you were looking for, the smooth card that you were looking for, Erin did find it on the website, and it was called the Premium Marker
Thank you.
Paper.
That's the word I was looking for. Premium marker
paper. But it's sold out right now, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Good news!
That.
Bad news. And let's get back to this kit. And I know, by the way, if there's ever an item on the website that you want to get and it's out of stock, you can basically get alerted when it does come back into stock. So that is worth knowing. We're going to come on to this right now. So Treasure Heart is saying, if I missed it, sorry, but what paper are these illustrations within this kit on?
They're on the super smooth cardstock, yeah. And again, can you see visibly right now, if I just show you down, this is white stamping card that I'm using to do the blotting again. You can see the difference. There's a colour difference with, it's more natural. Is it a more natural one, Ben, I'm going to say? A more natural colour. Whereas white it's really stark. So yes, it's on the super smooth premium cardstock that you need for your alcohol markers. I'm going to start with the illustrators. I've taken the two colours that, again, it's recommending that I use to create my skin tone. So it's telling me that I need the pale tan and the raw sienna. Raw Sienna, which is the TN1 and the GB7. Now these are two different colour families, but they will work together to create that blend of that skin tone that we're looking for in this one. So what we're going to do is, and it tells you about imagining where your light source would be. So on the shoulder we would perhaps have a little bit of the light source. So we're going to start with the lightest colour this time. So I know on the previous one that I did, I started with a darker colour and then softened it with a lighter one. But I'm going to start with the lightest this time, and again it's that step-by-step tuition that will enable you to build up that skill level and take you on that journey, and that's what I love. And I tell you something, that's what I love about these shows, Ben, because we've got the time to
we've
sit
got all the time in the world.
We absolutely have. So again, just get comfortable with how you're using this and popping these on, and again just popping it down. Now you've seen me do the flicking action, but you can just lay down colour. You know, you can use this. This is a flexible nib for you to lay down colour straight directly onto your cardstock. Lovely Cara when she talks about doing, you know, your cross. Now I want to say cross hatching, but I might.
Cross hatching.
I think that sounds right, doesn't it? Where you do the cross, so the up and the across.
Yeah, cross hatch.
Yeah, that's the right word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought when I was saying it, I'm thinking it doesn't sound right, that word. Am I making it up? But you can do that. So we've talked about flicks, but there is other ways that you can do it as well. Now, Cara is an expert colourist. We couldn't have asked for a finer person to team up with about this, and she's got some amazing tutorials online. Do give her a little follow while you're at it, because she is amazing.
Oh, yeah. And they've all got their own Instagram page, haven't they? All of these
they have. All the experts that we worked with, they've all got, you know, a page on there. Oh, bless you. I've just seen our lovely John coming in there.
Thank you, John.
Now, for the very deepest shadows that you're going in with, we're going to go with the GB7, and I'm going to pop that down. Now, before you can blend it back out with circular motions, but I'm just going to put the deepest shadow in over the top of that light.
Okay.
So can you see? And I'm only doing like little tiny flicks into there, like so. And then to get that blend, I'm just going to go back in. Now this is when you can do, you've probably heard myself and Craig and everyone else talk about the little circular ones as well. So you can do little circular. You've got a very fluid brush nib here that works in lots of ways, from your flicking technique and building up the colour, to having that fluidity in being able to move your brush because of this Japanese brush nib, which is a beautiful nib, let me tell you. The quality of that nib probably is the expense of that pen, so to speak, because that's how well designed this has been done. But can you see you're getting that blend over? And again, I'm not going right over where I've laid that shade, because I don't want to bleach out. This is a lighter shade and I don't want to bleach it out. I want it to blend. So I'm going to go in with those circular motions to get that blend.
And you do get these images with the collection, Carletta, if you did miss that. So these do come with your discovery kits.
Yes, they do.
You always get images to colour.
Absolutely, these are, and you get the larger ones in the advanced kit, and the smaller ones in basically the free kit, because that's what we're doing today.
It is.
It's a little free kit there for you. But again, it's just about learning and building up your colour and having a practice and having a play. And the more the alcohol evaporates, the more you get the blend, if that makes any sense. But again, you've got all that tuition. You're going to learn, ask away those questions. I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can while you've got me here for the 3 hours now. What are we on now?
We're nearly halfway. We're nearly halfway. I find these shows fly by. I don't know about anybody else.
Absolutely fly by. A lot more faster than I actually thought they would be.
I know what you mean, because it's always a struggle to get up early in the morning, isn't it? Do you know what I said to you?
You saw me this morning, Ben.
Oh, I saw Debbie first thing. No, I didn't really.
Now, can I just show you something about the
Moving
blender?
on swiftly.
Can you see that I've gone a little bit over there?
Yeah.
So, blender pen.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it being an eraser.
Did you
And
do this
again,
on
you've
purpose?
got the Japanese brush nib on one end and that bullet nib on the other. I just want to get rid of that, Ben, so I'm going to push. And This is the thing where I think a lot of people go wrong with the blender pen.
Yeah.
They think that you have to stroke it back in. You don't. You're pushing it through the cardstock. And you know when we talk about it being an eraser,
Yeah.
it is exactly that.
Oh, so you're like dabbing, almost like
You're pushing it into the cardstock
Yeah.
to bring it back out the other end, and that is why it's called a blender pen. It isn't to blend two colours together, which is how you would probably think a blender pen would work. It is all about pushing that colour through, and now I've got no mistake on there. When that dries, it's like magic.
It almost reminds me of those, remember those little pens or little bottles you had at school when
Yeah.
you made a mistake with your writing?
Yeah.
And you could dab,
Yeah.
I meant mention the name of the brand, but you could dab them on to kind of like hide your working.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like that. It's good to know, because like
Exactly.
you said, so many people might have been using those in the wrong way.
Do you know me? When I first, I had a different set of pens when I first started colouring.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to name them
No,
because I did spend a lot of money on them. But I used the blender pen thinking that that's exactly what it did it. And then I used to wonder why it looked all wishy-washy and never got that perfect blend, because I was using it wrong. It was only when I came onto the team that then I got the tuition from our gorgeous Leanne, and I was like, so that's what a blender pen is. I genuinely thought it was to blend colours together.
So you were actually ruining your own work.
Yep, because I was bleaching it out, and I'm like, oh, you Daisy Debbie, honestly. But again, it's if you don't know, you've not had that tuition, or that, you don't know these things, Ben. So that's why I love what we do at Crafters Companion, because we hold your hand through a lot of the things, and we give you that tuition. And we give you the step-by-step. I mean, I haven't put this kit together. The fabulous Cara has worked alongside our Spectrum Noir team to create this beautiful kit for you to be able to create these, and enjoy colouring. Really enjoy.
Do you find when you are crafting for your own pleasure, and I know probably you don't get as much time as you would want with all of the work that you do for us here, do you do a lot of colouring amongst your paper craft, or do you find that you paper craft more than you colour, or is there a particular time when you fancy colouring more than getting all the tools out?
Yeah, do you know when I want to relax a little bit, and I want to when I want a downtime and have a bit of me time, I get the colouring out. I don't tend to do it apart from when I'm doing it for work.
Yeah.
But it's my go-to craft, because I enjoy colouring. I really do enjoy it now. I didn't used to. I told you that. I've been very open about it. I didn't used to, and I think it's just because I didn't have that that guidance. I didn't have that education. But I do now, because of the fabulous things that we do with Spectrum Raw brand, with the fabulous team that we've got. And again, it's like I said, Ben, it's just picking up these hints and tips in how to get that shade, in how to get those dimensions. And you can see this coming together really well. And it's got that almost realistic look of where you would get your light source coming down, so where you would get your shadowing. So again, it's all about the tuition. It's about learning. And that's what we do so very well at Spectrum Noir and here at Crafters Companion, and it's why I absolutely love colouring. But I do colour for pleasure myself when I want a little bit of me time.
And that is what it's all about. I always talk about my sister at this point as well, because she is not a crafter by any means, but she actually has a colouring book that she carries around with her. She has to go up into London quite a lot for meetings and stuff, so she can find herself on the train quite a lot of the time with time to kill, or maybe like you, she just wants to relax just a little bit. She's got a colouring book, got a set of pens, and she finds it a really mindful thing to do. And Sarah always chats about that, doesn't she? I'm sure she said the sales of colouring pens over the last few years, or the amount of people have taken up colouring, it's rocketed.
Absolutely.
Because I suppose a lot of people stressed out over the last few years, worried over the last few years, maybe anxious, and colouring is a great thing to turn to, just to kind of completely switch off and just have that half an hour of me time, like you said, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Me time. It's just I want to get lost a little bit in my own world. I don't want to think about things. I just want to sit. I want to enjoy, and I want to create, because I no word of a lie, I'm so lucky and get to do what I get to do as a living. But for me, getting creative is a very not spiritual, that's the wrong word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean, that
I know what you mean.
at peace with things, uplifting. It's one of those things. So I'm blessed. I count my lucky stars every single day. I pinch myself every day that I get to do this for a living. I never take it for granted. I absolutely love what I do, and I love the company that I work for. And like I've said this to you many a time, Ben, I really do genuinely have purple blood running through me. It's not coming off. I've got it running through there, and have done for many a year, and it just keeps on growing. But honestly, the fun that you get with these, this kind of craft as well, is just extremely worthy and beneficial to the mind, to the soul, and really enjoy. And you can really enjoy. Can you see all together how this skin tone is coming together from that shading? And it's all about, like I said, having that practice, using those guides. You've got them to work with. Don't ask me what I picked up the blending pen for then. Did you see me? I got the blending pen. I'm like, what am I doing, Debbie? Absolutely. What are you doing? I'm going to show you one more thing before I wrap this up. And like I said, tonight I will, when I get back home, because after the 5 o'clock show, 3 o'clock show, goodness, new time, Ben. When I finish at 5 and I'm going to head back down home, I'll post my picture on for those people who've perhaps not seen the work that I did with this one. And I'll post my finished one on my page so you can see there, and I'll share it with you.
Yeah.
And I want you to see that that's what you can achieve, and you can achieve with these pens and these kits.
It's you, it's the kids as well, the grandkids. Kathy says, my grandkids love these kits. Lorraine says, since having my Spectrum Noir pens, I love colouring now. And Joe Deadman on YouTube says, thank you, Debbie. Here we go. I've been using the blending pen wrong too. Every day is a school day.
Yeah, and it is. It's about, like, can you see that my mistakes have gone?
Yeah.
They're no longer there. I've just seen another one, so I'm just going to use that blending pen and I'm going to push. So it's pushing that nib into the cardstock. I'm not pushing it into the image, I'm pushing it into the cardstock so that you can erase your mistake, and it helps you then to literally, I look like I've been colouring for years because again, and you can see you building that up using that. So that's the skin tone that I've just covered there, and I'll finish the rest off there. Just want to show you that little that lovely galaxy of colour and the way that you can mix up colours. So I'm going to bring in a couple of my favourite ones, which is the and you're probably thinking pink and purple. What are you doing with this then?
Pink and purple?
Pink and purple, what are you doing with it? But I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to do it in little sections so you can see where I'm going with this one. Now these are the classiques. So again, the nibs are different to the Illustrator in the fact that I've got a chisel nib and I've also got this bullet nib as well. And this gives me a little bit more creativity, and it means that you can actually do a little bit of mixing of colours. Do you know, we talked about it, and again, there's all these tips and techniques on this sheet enable you to do this, but I want you to have a little play with it. So I'm going to go in with just bear with me a second while I find the other pen. What did I do with it?
Decisions.
Oh, I just got so many decisions. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lay down I'm going to go in with some pink. So we're going to go in with a bit of pink. Do a nice bit of pink here.
Okay.
We'll go a little bit abstract with this. This is what I'm saying about the playing factor.
Yeah.
So I've got a bit of pink down on there. I'm going to go into this little area like so. And then I'm going to put some of the purple down. Now it's going to look quite stark at the minute, so I'm going to pop in a bit of purple.
Whilst you're colouring, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course you can.
Claire says on Facebook, good morning, I'm loving the show, thank you. You know, once you've used the blender pen, Claire wants to know, can you then colour over the top after you've used it?
When you've used the oh yes,
yeah, so
sorry.
In a
minute, I just had to get that in my head there.
Yeah.
Just process that in there. Yes, you can. Yes, I would leave it a couple of minutes to dry and to evaporate, and then you can go back over. Yeah, sorry, right. The brain wasn't working then, Ben. It wasn't working.
Still early.
I'm going to show you what else you can do with these. So I've got like very stark colours at the minute, but I want to soften that. So I am using the pink, and I'm going to put that down there. But what I'm going to do is, and I wonder if Nicola can just show us, I'm taking the tip of the purple, and I'm going onto the top of the pink, and I'm going to transfer some of that purple.
I've never seen this before.
This is so easy to do, but I am popping that onto the top. Now I've got a bit of the purple on top of the nib, and you're probably thinking, What on earth are you doing with that?
You just ruined your pen, haven't you?
No. No. So what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to lay down that colour. And then I'm going to blend it too, because what happens is that it blends itself, and it means I get a different shade, and where I can blend two very stark different colours together and create something a little bit more galaxy-like. And I'm just going to show you, because I've got quite a bit on there. Can you see? And when I go in and I'm going to move it around, and I'm doing some little circular motions, but I've gone from the mix of the two colour, and I'm going to carry on doing it, Ben, until I've got rid of all that ink on there. And it runs back in to that bright pink again. But it means that I've been able to blend the two really quite easily, and gives it that look of that the galaxy effect. Can you see what I mean by that? So again, this is something that a lot of people think you wouldn't. Well, again, I would have never have popped a dark colour on top of my pink colour there, because I'd have been like, oh no. But honestly, you can. And again, it just gives you a different shade from the purple and the pink together, and then you just run it out, and it literally just lifts. So it depends on the look that you want to go. If you want to add quite a bit, leave it onto the top and let it soak in and go over that nib. Now there's quite a little bit on there now. So when I go back in, it starts off as purple, but when I bring it out, you've created a couple of blended shades together.
How have I never seen that tip before?
Have you not?
I've never seen that done before.
Honestly, be brave.
Be brave.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
And can you see now as well, I've got those lovely shades again, and I've got a little bit of the purple that's I've missed, because I've caught it a little bit down the side, but I just want to get rid of it. Now if I just show you now at the side, it's gone. There's just the pink there. Not ruined at all, but you're just taking it onto the tip, popping it on there, and then popping it onto your cardstock and creating that colour.
That's really clever.
And this is what I'm talking about, the adventures in colour. This is what you're doing. You're
taking us on an adventure in colour with all your hints and tips, Debbie.
But this is the thing, and this is how you do it. And like I said, I will show you, because the only other thing that I use to create the little bit of the galaxy kind of hair technique is I've got a little gel pen. I wish we'd got one of these ink kits, but you can buy these from anywhere, white gel pens. And it literally is, and it's just for me to add, and I'm just going to show you how I do the hair. Add a little bit of detail, so some little stars in there, some little dots, and it just gives it that ethereal.
Deb, have you swallowed a dictionary overnight? Seriously, I've never heard you come out with so many different words, big words at this time of the morning.
I know, but it's just, I want to share some of those tips.
Yeah.
And show you how easy it is to achieve. So you've seen me just do this live, and if you can, I mean, I don't know if we do them on our website, but check the white gel pens. They're not expensive things to have, but they can create some really beautiful techniques. And can you see how gorgeous that hair looks? And I promise you faithfully, Ben, when I get home tonight, I'm going to go upstairs into the craft room when I unload all my things, and I'm going to show you my finished, what I did of this. Yeah. And I'll pop it on my social media page, Debbie Robinson, Debbie with a Y, Debbie Robinson at Crafters Companion. I will post it onto my page so you can see my finished project, and show you how easy it is to achieve. You've just seen me do this little section in this little time slot that I've had. I could genuinely spend 2-3 hours colouring that one image in and having time of my life, but I've given you a little introduction in that Adventures of Colour kit, and I promise you we do take you on an adventure, Ben. We take you on an adventure into the world of colouring. If the kits, you know, the big expense of buying the whole pens is a bit too much for you, perhaps, you know, do I really want to do that? Start with these, and I promise you faithfully, you will be going back and building up your collection. You don't have to buy it all in one go. You can take your time and buy them in little, in little bundles and singular pens if that's what you want, or boxes of pens that we do, and you will build up. And in time, you will learn and do this, and it'll become second nature, like it basically is for us now. Do you know, it's not. I'm no colourist by any way of Cara's standard, but we take you on that journey, and you learn this technique. And these are just fabulous kits to get you started with, especially at this price today. That's an amazing price for 2 kits. All those pens, all that inspiration, all that education. What more do you want?
I mean,
honestly,
literally, what more do you want? Can I just say, there are so many comments coming in about how brilliant that last little demo was, and as many people commenting on how they are taken aback by that little tip. Treasure Heart saying, wowzers, I love that word, wowzers, that is fantastic. This is amazing, Debbie, says Sean Peacock. Hi, Sean. Says, I've never seen that technique before. Wow. Jane Quigley, oh my, Debbie, this is brilliant. I'm going to be doing this. And Stacey Allen says, this is taking colouring to the next level. I am trying this, definitely. I love it, says Stacey. And Evangeline says Debbie, now, what I would say is, with your colours, these kits have been put together, I think, so that you've got a lovely selection of colours that work together. But Evangeline goes on to say that she finds it hard sometimes, Debbie, to find the right colour combination. Did you personally ever use a colour wheel when you started off?
I will tell you the truth, no. But I've learnt that, and I've looked at it and studied it a little bit more, because it's understanding that, and that's what Leanne wanted to do. She wanted to simplify it, literally simplify it. So I didn't start with the colour wheel. I just had a play. Do you know, the mixing of the colours and the warm tones with the cool tones and all those kind of things, and the shades of. It's all about that playing. So get some scrap paper, have a little play. Maybe have a little play. I've just done that with the pink and the purple, but you could do that with other colours as well. Perhaps you want some green and yellow hair. You could do those kind of things. You could do it. You could apply what I've just shown you into all sorts of different things, and you can have a play with those colours and see what works. If you want to go down the line of the colour theory and the colour wheel, by all means, we've got that education there for you on the Spectrum Noir website. Go and check that out, because that's what it's all about. It's about that learning journey. It's not something that you're just buying into and then that's it. It's like an adventure in the world of all things Spectrum Noir. So yeah, I hope I answered that question. Then I forgot what question you asked me now. Silly old me.
Can I just ask you one more question, because I know we've got to show you some of the bigger kits. One question, and this is a good one actually.
Yep.
Lil J Craft says, so you know the technique that you did with the pens, that one?
Yep.
She said, could you do that with the aqua pens, says Lil J Craft. I want to know, because I don't want to wreck my pens trying.
So aqua pens are completely different. Aqua pen is a water-based pen. So for that reason only, I'm going to say no, because you can mix the colours of an aqua pen. It's water soluble. It's almost like you can really play with aqua because of the nature of the way that it works, the ink. You can blend colours together with the use of your brushes, and you don't really need to do that, because you can take it onto your craft mats and dabble with colour. You can go directly onto your watercolour cardstock and play with water and the colours. So it's a different kind of technique. This is alcohol pen. That what I just showed you there was the alcohol pen. I wouldn't necessarily do it with an aqua pen, because it's a water-based product and you can achieve those kind of looks. That ethereal look that I've just shown you, you can achieve with a water-based marker, like the aqua pens, I'm going to say the, what's the pencils, the aqua
Oh, the aqua blends?
Yeah, the aqua, thank you. Helping me out on this first thing in the morning, still trying to get my brain working. But absolutely, you can get that ethereal look with a different technique, so you don't necessarily have to mix the two like you do with the alcohol pen. So that answers your question as well.
Big words from Debbie today, seriously. Sandra says, Ben, Debbie had alphabeti spaghetti for breakfast. There was no dictionary involved. That must be what it was. Evangeline, thank you for your comment. I don't know where this has come from, but I appreciate it. Ben says, Evangeline, I remember your first day on Crafters TV. I think you are a fun dad. You welcomed us into your home. We also love your music. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, and there's another song in the works, by the way. I've tried it out on these guys. I haven't finished writing it yet, but it will be here hopefully by the end of the month is the plan. No, by the end of the month, and it's like what now, the 17th. So that's only 2 weeks. So be patient, everybody. If I do say so myself, I think it might be my crowning glory.
It's absolutely your crowning glory. What was the Craig Shanky song? What was that called?
Shanky.
Shanky thingy.
It was the shanty.
Shanky, isn't it? Oh, shanty.
Shanky.
I'm sorry.
Is that like a lamb shanky? This was a sea shanty.
Oh, shanty! Oh, sorry. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking there. The Craig Shanty song was amazing.
Yeah.
The Copacabana, where we all were doing the dancing and the song, that was fabulous. But guys, honestly, producer Erin and Nicola will tell you the same thing. Oh my God, he literally blew us away this morning. So I can't wait to hear this song come out, and I can't wait for him to share, because Ben is literally a lyrical king when it comes to all those songs and putting together. And wait till you hear this next one. Wow, is all I'm going to say. Sorry, Ben, I know you know I'm a big fan of you, obviously.
I know I'm a big fan of you.
It'll be the TV extra of Noir.
Seriously.
But honestly, wait till you hear it, guys. You're going to be in for a right treat.
I love the fact that when I come in and I share these with the guys, because obviously we're all very creative in our different bits and pieces. So the guys get very excited when I get creative. I get excited when they get creative. Last night when I was writing it all out, my Laura said, "Do you want to watch a bit of TV?" No, I'm going up to bed. What are you doing up there? Oh, I'm writing a new crafty song. You what? You what? Doesn't appreciate the artistic genius that we bring to you here at Crafters TV. Now, moving on, talking about our artistic genius, artistic when it comes to colouring, let us talk about this absolute bad boy when it comes to colouring. This is your creative collection, and this kit pretty much has got all the tools that you need as far as your colouring is concerned to get creative. Explore loads of different pens that we've got within our Spectrum Noir range. We've got classic markers in here. Let me just quickly open this up, and we'll have a peruse of the box with Debbie. These always remind me of those like selection boxes that you get at Christmas. However, this one is the biggest selection box that you will ever wish to see, because you've got classics in here, you've got aqua pens included in here, metallic markers in here as well, there's sparkle pens, glitter markers, you've got art liners in there too, plus a whole collection of different papers, which Debbie will show you in more detail in just a second, for you to be working on as well. 39 markers, 3 art liners, 14 colouring pages, and a partridge in a pear tree. £71.99 is the platinum price. So big, look, it's bigger than I am. Hello. 120... 103.96 if you are shopping with us in the US and you're platinum. $71.99. But Debbie, right? I mean, this is next level. You get a huge amount of creativity in this collection. Who is this for? Who needs this in their life?
Absolutely anybody. Anybody, everybody, anyone of any age, any skill level. It's absolutely jam-packed full of all things Spectrum. And when I talk about all things Spectrum, you really are in a bit of a journey with this one, because this is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to talk you through this. Now, if I pick it up, Ben, it'll cover me up right up.
It's a big boy, isn't it?
I've even got my heels on today, but honestly, this is absolutely massive. I'm not lifting it up because I'll just completely disappear. Because even in front of me right now, it's huge. It is a fabulous kit. I'm going to try and show you on the overhead. Now, again, honestly, Ben, I'm going to pull it down for a second just so I can show you. Aqua markers, dual tipped. I'm going to try and get my finger in there because it's everything about this kit is luxury personified. It's absolutely amazing. You've got this gorgeous, like almost velour, the touch, the feel. Oh my days, it's like utter luxury. Utter luxury. But we have got our dual tipped aqua markers. And the aqua markers are a super fine nib on one end with a lovely brush nib on the other end. But this is a water soluble product. It means we demystify the world of watercolour. I'm using some very big words today, me, Ben, I'm telling you. It's the new Debbie, it's the new me. But it is a fabulous set of pens, and you're getting 10 aqua markers into the world of water colouring, and that's exactly what they are. Moving on, I'm going to go further down. I'm going to have to get my fingernails because I can never get my fingernails down there, Ben.
By the way, the Q&A is coming up in about 10 minutes' time, just to let you know.
I'm so excited. I hope they've been nice. Spectrum Noir glitter pens. I mean, these are ultra fabulous. These really are stunning pens, and I know you are going to enjoy these pens a lot. These are the glitter fine tip markers, that's the proper word I'll give it, where it's a very impactful, beautiful vivid colours with that ultrafine glitter in there, and to prime them, because when you get them home you've got to prime some of these pens. The aqua markers, there's no priming involved. With this one you're going to pump it up. Absolutely. And all you're going to do, Ben, is take a little bit of scrap paper, and I'm just going to show you very quickly. I wonder if Nick can get in just to show you. You give it a shake.
Shake to wake.
Shake to wake that liquid ink
I thought you were rapping then for a second.
Did you really?
Shake to wake that pen.
So what we're doing is we're going to activate the ink by the simple, gentle pumping action, and there it is.
Oh, hello.
It won't disappear, I promise you. But you will literally, and then it comes out where you've got a beautiful, beautiful array of not only colour, but the gorgeous glitter. And it really is absolutely stunning. When that dries, it's sensational. Now, it is water-based as well, so it does mean that you can do lots of things with it, Ben, as well. But you've got, again, eight, had to do that quickly, 8 of the fine tip markers in the glitter pens. We're then moving on to outliners. You've got some more outliners here, three different ones, and this is how well packed it is. You've got a brush. Oh, let me just talk about this one. Brush.
Oh, a brush outliner.
You've got a brush outliner. Let me turn that over. You've got a beautiful, if you love calligraphy, if you love brush lettering, if you love doodling, this is the beauty, and it is absolutely stunning. And this is a fast drying pigment this one, Ben. So the outliner dries very quickly, but it's fully waterproof as well. So can I tell you why we've put these in here?
Please.
Because they work with every single colouring medium that we do at Spectrum Noir.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it is that fast drying pigment. And on there you've got different nibs. You've got the brush nib, you've got the 0.3 nib, and then you've also got and I think if I remember rightly, the 0.5 as well. So you can see you've got 3 different nibs in there, and these work beautifully alongside all of the pens that are in there for doodling, brush lettering, adding a bit of, if you love Zentangling, we talked about this yesterday, you're going to be able to do it with those outliner pens in there. Moving along to these, oh my God, honestly, I absolutely adore our metallic pens. These are dual tipped as well. I'm going to bring one of these out because I am always conscious that there are new people that join us on a daily basis, and we've seen that with comments that we see.
We have.
But these are our metallic dual tip markers, and this is so impactful. Water-based pigment ink loaded with those fine particles of the metallic. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to bring in a bit of black cardstock just for a second to show you how utterly fabulous these are, and I'll just move that to one side. Absolutely stunning.
Oh, yeah.
And again,
oh, that's even better.
It's the twin nib section. So you've got the fine nib, and then you've got that brush nib. And it does mean with the brush nib that you can do lots of techniques, lots of things that you can do with it. Just for you, Ben.
Oh, you stop it. We had enough of those yesterday. Seriously.
Know,
people will start to talk,
honestly,
Debbie.
these are absolutely beautiful. So you've got those, and again, you've got 8 colours in there as well, and some real beautiful, beautiful pens, beautiful colour, and very, like I said, very impactful. Is that the right word?
Yeah. There's another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Get me. And then we've got 10 classic markers.
Yes.
You've already seen me talk about classic markers, dual tip markers, alcohol markers in there. And then lastly, Oh, creme de la creme.
Creme de la
Creme de la creme, the sparkle brush pens. And if you don't mind, I am going to show you, because of, just in case those new people are watching, to prime a sparkle pen to a brush pen at that as well. You need to prime this pen. So you can see this little yellow belly band around there.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to unscrew that. You're going to take that off. You're going to, in fact, I'll tell you what you can do before you actually pierce there. In fact, no, I'll do it all in one. I'll get it all done. Just screw that back down onto the top of that barrel. Give it a little shake to wake, because what you're doing is you are mixing up the ink in there and the fabulous ultrafine glitter that's in there as well. By the way, we've got a clear overlay in these three. You've got the silver, you've got the gold, and you've got the clear overlay. And the clear overlay, sparkle, that lovely shimmer of sparkle, you are going to be able to use on your aqua pens that are in the box.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to use them over the top of your glitter pens if you want. You can use them on the top of your metallics. You can use them on the top, absolutely on the classic pens. They look exquisite because they add that little bit of shimmering sparkle. So what I'm just going to do is, Ben, I'm going to grab a little bit of watercolour cardstock for this one, because this is a water-based product again, and I'm going to just bring in, am I allowed to say about Colour Me Happy this weekend?
Well,
can I say
I
it?
don't see why not. I mean, you've just mentioned it now, so
Well,
you can't.
it's all
not.
things sparkle.
Oh, go on
So
then.
you need to tune in on Sunday, because I'm going to go through. I can't wait. I love anything that sparkles, so I can't wait. If you just noticed, I'm just giving it a little flick. I am just breaking the fibres of there. You've got a beautiful brush nib on here as well, and then you've got the two little push symbols on either side, because what we need to do is bring now all that fine glitter that's been mixed up with the ink, we need to bring it down. So you're going to give it a little gentle squeeze, and then you're just going to give it some little stroking motions until it comes down. Now, if I'm just going to hold it there, you can see it coming through. So you've now got that ultrafine glitter with that beautiful ink, and again, coverage on these are sensational, and you've got that beautiful sparkle pen, that brush nib. If you love doodling, if you love colouring, it's a water-based product. You can add your water brushes to it as things like that, but what you've got is, when it's all dry, Ben, is a very impactful, gorgeous sparkle image. Now when that dries, you'll get to see it even more so. Tune into that show on Sunday, because I'm going to talk things all sparkle.
That's me and you again.
Oh, it is, yeah, absolutely. But that's how you prime a sparkle pen. All of that is in that beautiful presented, and it really is. But what we're doing this time, Ben, is we're giving you lots of different materials to play with. This is watercolour cardstock that's got a resist technique on and foiling, and it means that you can have a play, colour swatch over there with your pens, with your aqua pens, and create a lovely colour wash. You've got two in there that have got that lovely resist. And talking of resist, where's it gone? We've got another one in here for your metallics, or maybe, possibly, if you want, your glitter markers. That beautiful design, can you see it's already in there? Again, 4 sheets of that to play with.
Yeah.
You've then got some gorgeous super smooth premium cardstock, again with some foiling on, perfect for your colouring mediums with your classiques. Choose your mediums, how you want to use these. These are little practice sheets again. And not only do you get, I mean, all these gorgeous designs, but there's glitter impacted in there as well. Beautiful ones that you can use, and some water-based ones as well to create your aqua techniques and play with those as well, including all things knowledgeable about every single marker that are in this fabulous kit. It is spectacular. Great, and honestly, a fabulous price into the world of lots of different mediums that we do at Spectrum Noir, all ready for you to have a play with, and it really is a gorgeous kit. Wow. Fantastic for any gift, especially to yourself.
So much within it as well, of course. If you are a ClearPay customer, if you've got ClearPay, you can pick it up on 4 payments today as a UK customer. £22.50 is all you'd pay today. If you haven't yet got ClearPay, you can find out more details on our website. £89.99 or $129.95. What I would say about this collection as well is we're going to show you 2 further collections that you can get individually. There is also a bundle which we'll talk more about in just a second. And also, I know there's a few more questions coming in now too. I know I said the Q&A would be in 10 minutes time, which was 10 minutes ago. We've got...
Sorry.
There's too much to tell you though, that's the point. The Q&As are coming up. We've got 2 more kits to show you, and then straight after that we're going to have a small break and we'll come back to the Q&A session. So it's probably going to be about 10 minutes. That's the Creative Collection. However, we also have another collection here, which is your Artist Collection. And what I love about this is that you get the best of both worlds with this, because as we open this one up again, you know, absolutely stunning, that gorgeous selection box, if you like, you are going to get a selection of your Illustrator pens, which are of course your alcohol based pens with the fine tip and the brush nib, and then you're also going to get the opposite side of the spectrum, I suppose, really, with your aqua pen, so your watercolor markers, so you can kind of improve with your alcohol coloring, you can improve with your watercoloring, and once again you're going to get art liners in this collection as well, and we're bringing you your marker colouring pages for both your alcohol and your watercolour pens. Once again, beautifully presented to you. These really are stunning as gift ideas. You're going to get all of those pens within that collection as well. So it is in total 30 pens this time around. And look at that price, £53.59 platinum, or $74.39. As I've said, I'll give you a bundle price in just a few moments' time on all the 3 collections that we're looking at. However, let's have a bit more of an in-depth look at this one. So as I say, Debbie, this one's a great collection if you wanted to dabble in alcohol colouring and then in a bit of watercolouring as well.
Yep, and you're getting 14 of each of the pens and 2 art liner pens, which will work. The art, again, that fast drying pigment in the art liner means that you can flip-flop between the 2. So they work with the water-based pens and they work with the alcohol pens as well. You're getting some gorgeous colouring sheets on the premium watercolour cardstock to practice your techniques. Lots of lovely, great big designs again. I think one's missing from here, Ben, is all I'm going to say. Someone's been delving into this one. But you've got some sheets in here. Then you've got the premium smooth quality cardstock, perfect for your alcohol pen. Sorry about that, Nicola, I didn't realise you'd gone above me. But again, some beautiful designs on there as well. And the know-how sheet. And the know-how sheet is the tips, the essential hints and tips about the water-soluble aqua pens. And again, talking about that colour wheel, about the mixing of the colours, have a little dabble, have a little play. And then again, the Illustrator essential hints and tips about the alcohol markers as well. So they're absolutely incredible kits. Really good for literally taking all things spectrum. Which is it that really appeals to you today? They've all got some great savings on them. They all come in beautiful presented boxes as well, which again for me, especially if it's a gift, this is absolutely fabulous for that idea of a gift. But again, just incredible, Ben, incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to show you the colouring pages that you've got as well within these. Did you say you were missing a few? I think. So I've got,
because there's 8 colouring pages, there's 4 of each, and I've oh no, there isn't.
No, there's only 3.
I was right. There's 5 of the 5
and 3.
No, I had it right then.
Oh,
Ben.
so you did have it all.
No,
Fine.
No one's pinched any.
Fine. Oh, good catch, Ben. Whoa, see the reactions there. It's ninja. Yes, so that is that full collection of the Colour Creations kit. 28 markers. You're also going to get 2 art liners actually, and 8 colouring pages included in there as well. $16.75 if you're shopping with us on ClearPay, so that's all you'll pay today in 4 interest-free instalments. And again, if you're a Platinum member, you're going to receive 20% off that price on the screen. So the final collection to show you is your colorist collection, and then as I say, what we'll do is we'll give you a bundle price on all 3 of these, because if you like the idea of all 3 of them, there's a really great saving to be had. So basically, I tell you what, let me just tell you, if you go for the 2 that we've just shown you in the deal in a second, plus this colorist collection here, it's going to work out that you're going to get this one for free with those 2, plus kind of another $10 off, which is amazing. This kit, your colorist collection, all about your tri-blend markers, all right? Producer Erin and Nicola, who's on the joystick today, both saying that they love their tri-blends. So what I would say about this one again, all about your alcohol coloring, but if you are perhaps, maybe you are a little bit newer, maybe you are a little bit kind of worried about blending, you're just getting started, this collection, probably more than the others, is for you simply for the fact that it has got the tri-blend pens within it. Once again, we're going to give you those 3-in-1 tri-blend markers. You're going to get 5 colouring pages, practice sheets and how-to guides as well. So Debbie, it really is that, isn't it? A great kind of selection of dipping your toe into the water, attempting maybe blending for the first time.
Yep, and this is one of those kits that if you struggle with blending, this is the kit for you, because the tri-blend pen system there's no other pen out there that does what this does. This is all about smoothless, effortless blending, controlled blending, because we have put the colour family of those different shades that I've talked about in the previous kits, we've put it into one pen. One pen means one pen system, which means that controlled blending every single time. So this is how a tri-blend comes to you. That gorgeous, again, ergonomical shaped, lovely barrel. And the lovely thing is you pop it down on your desk, it ain't going nowhere, it ain't rolling off the desk because it's got that lovely shape to it. But what you've got in here is the light, the medium and the dark tone in one pen of this colour family. The one that I've got here is the Jade Green blend, and the Jade Green blend comes to you in shade 1, which is the light, shade 2, which is the medium, and shade 3, which is the dark, which means you lay down your lightest colour, like so. You go in again with your mids. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll put the dark down. I'll put the dark down, like so. And then you're going to go in with your mid-tone and go over, and you'll get this beautiful, like I said, this seamless blend between all of the pens to create that perfect blend. And honestly, we have got, again, the tons of tutorials. Can you see that gradient running through there?
Yes. From
the light to the mid to the dark tone in that one pen, and again when the alcohol dries, absolutely beautiful blended of seamless colour. And then you've got all these fabulous fabulous printed designs, and these are some of my favourite designs, let me tell you, to have a real good practice and a real good play. And then all about knowing your tri-blends and how you would work. And there is a practice sheet in here as well, Ben, so that you can have a practice and have a play and learn all about that blending by starting with your lightest colour, then going in with your darkest, then going in with the medium to finishing back off with your light, to give you that contrast, to give you that blend. And this is step-by-step instruction again in this fabulous kit. These are fantastic pens. There are no other no other marker pens, alcohol marker pens out there that offer you a 3-in-1 pen system. No other. This is it. And these are where I always say to anybody in starting out, or even for colourists, we have world-class colourists that use our pens globally, not just here, not just in a certain area, all over the world. These artists use our pens because these are artist quality premium pens at a very craft affordable price. They really truly are. And the tri-blend is exquisite. I love tri-blends. I could talk about these pens till like cows come home, and I could colour all day long with them because I love them. They make colouring so easy. But again, you've got 18 pens in there, 5 colouring sheets, the how-to guide, and again, shows like the Colour Me Happy shows that we do all the time where we use the colouring mediums, where you're getting tuition all the time. I absolutely love these, and these kits are fabulous for that reason, Ben.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to show you the bundle price in just a second, but Jane Quigley is saying these would make fantastic presents for beginners. They would. And Mary says, I love the tri-blends. They've made a great improvement in my alcohol blending. What I would say to you is, right, if you want to go for any of these individual kits, you can do. Prices are on the screen for you here. I also think particularly for our UK viewers, this is where ClearPay can come into you as well. If you already signed up for ClearPay, potentially use it, because if you are interested in all 3 of these, okay, so that was the Colorist collection, we can do a deal for you right now, okay, and this is a 24-hour only deal, okay, this isn't gonna, you're not gonna find this, a few days down the line, 24-hour only deal, where what we're saying to you is, you can have the creative collection, all right, you can have that artist collection as well. And within this particular bundle deal, we're going to give you an extra £10, $10 off the price. And this collection here, the one that we've just shown you, the Colorist collection, worth $59.99. You can have that for free. Now, what I would say to you is, maybe you didn't wake up this morning and go, oh, I'm going to spend, £170, $240 on a colouring collection. Maybe that wasn't in your mind. However, now that you've seen all of the different pens that you're going to get across the 3 collections, and you know that we're doing you such a great deal, and you know that we're going to give you this set worth $59.99 for free, all of a sudden you're thinking, hang on a minute, I don't want to miss out on this deal. 24 hours to grab it. Make sure you don't miss out. It's a massive, massive bundle. As I've said, for UK viewers, this is where ClearPay comes into its own, because you can pay just £42.50 today and you can get the lot. Also worth bearing in mind that if you are looking at this as a new customer and thinking, I definitely want this, sign up into Club Inspire, because you'll get a further 20% off that price on the screen right there. Whatever you do, don't miss out on that. This is a phenomenal deal. It's a 24-hour flash deal, so do not miss out. Now, unbelievably, I don't know where the time goes in this place. We are into the final hour of the show. And listen, we have done a lot of crafting. We've done a lot of creating. I feel like we need to have a bit of a chat. So that's what we're going to do. In a couple of minutes' time, we're going to come back to the sofa area and we're going to have a chit-chat. Lots of questions have been coming in over the course of the last 2 hours, and we will answer those. Lots of crafty questions, lots of interesting questions as well, and we are going to tackle them all. Grab yourself a quick cuppa, head to the checkouts as well and check out on these deals, and we will be back with you in about 2 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Well, welcome back.
I feel like I'm just looking.
Are you slouching?
No, I promise I'm not. This is just the way that camera is. Hello. I feel like it's all this. Oh, I'll just sit here and shut up.
Sit there, look beautiful.
Oh, bless you.
Welcome back to Craft Chat Create. we're here for another 50 minutes or so, and normally during this show we like to have a bit of a sit on the sofa, because it's 3 hours, we like to sit down for a little bit, have a bit of a relax. But we thought today what we'd do is do a bit of a Q&A. By the way, also worth mentioning that as well as watching us here on Crafters TV, we do have our all of our own social pages as well, which are worth a watch. You can see behind the scenes stuff, you can see photos, see projects from the shows, all those kind of things. Whenever the shows start, you'll notice that the guys pop our names up on the screen, and down below our names you'll see where you can follow us. So we're all on Facebook, we're all on Instagram for you as well, so there you go. If you search for me, you might not want to, but Ben Moseby CC on Facebook or Ben Moseby CC on Insta. Yeah. So and Debbie's the same, but she's not the same. She's Debbie Robinson.
No. Yeah. Debbie Robinson. Debbie Robinson.
With a Y.
With a Y. Yes, Debbie with a Y. We get a lot of people get us confused. Debbie Fisher is Debbie IE.
Yep.
And I'm Debbie Robinson with a Y.
Okay. So yes, you can always ask us questions anytime, but you've got some questions for us here, and I love all of these. So let's get started. Rhiannon says, I have always wanted to know how you guys concentrate when you have people talking in your ear. Do you want to tackle that one, Debbie? I just switch them off.
It's a skill in itself. You just want to switch off.
I switch them off. Yeah, switch them off.
No, you just get you do get used to it. It was one of those things that when I first joined the team, when they told me that there's somebody who were going to be talking in my ear, we're like, what? And I'm not going to lie, at first it was distracting.
Yeah.
I love it up here because it's usually quite relevant chit chats that we get. When I go places, not naming names.
No.
There's only other one child that I go to. But sometimes there could be a little chit chat that you don't want to necessarily hear, and that could be a little off-putting. But there's a little control button that you can just turn down. But however, you do get used to it. So I can hear the guys in the background eating, slurping, burping, moving chairs, and then talking, and you get used to those noises in your ear, don't you, Ben?
Yeah, you do. And what I love more than anything is that you guys, when you watch your shows, you'll know the names of all of the guys that work with us and work really hard behind the scenes. And actually here, there is a lot of relevant chat. And when we're having our sort of funny moments as well, 9 times out of 10, the guys will join in as well. So it is nice. A lot of the time it's quite nice, but as Debbie says, if you get a bit bored of them, we've got a little switch on the back. I never do that. Next question. Nicola says, I have a question. What are Ben and Debbie's star signs?
Oh,
Debbie, what's your star sign?
That's an interesting one. I wonder. Well, Nicola, in answer to your question, I am a Libran. A Libra.
What does that mean if you're a Libra?
It means, the scales where you weigh up your options.
Right.
I've often looked at this, and it sums up my personality a little bit, where I weigh up the pros and cons. Sometimes can be a bit indecisive, but I genuinely am that kind of person. But yeah, I'm a Libra because I was born on the 8th of October. Not telling you the year, but yes.
1980.
Oh, God love you.
I'm a Taurus. I don't know. I don't really know stars. Thing is, I used to read the star signs in the newspapers, and when it was a good day, I used to go, "Oh yeah, those star signs are great." And when it came up with, you're gonna, I don't know, something bad's gonna happen, then I didn't believe in them. So, I wonder if are Taurians and Librans compatible? I wonder.
I hope so. Since you might be betrothed in the world of TV. Don't tell Laura.
No, don't tell Laura. No. She's a Leo, my Laura. Not that you asked that question. So, we must be compatible because we've been together for 21 years this year.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Dear.
She's lovely, your Laura.
She's all right, isn't she? Yeah. Bubble and Squeak says, Ben, nice waistcoat. Thank you.
Oh.
Did you make it yourself? No, I didn't. But as you noticed, I do love a waistcoat. I have lots of waistcoats. There are a couple of particular brands that I like, which I won't mention who I shop with. I just think waistcoats can be quite smart. You can dress them up, dress them down, and also figure a lot of the time, as you well know, sometimes I don't get a chance to iron, so they can hide a multitude of sins.
Do you know I used to wear waistcoats in the 80s?
What?
It was a big fashion thing.
What are you trying to say? What, in the 80s?
Well, no, for me, back then, when I was experimenting with clothes, me and my cousin Carl, that's what we used to do, is wear waistcoats. So I had a few waistcoats that I absolutely loved wearing. If I'd have known that I was going to be with you in 20-odd years... Wait a minute, how long were 80s?
30 years ago. 40 years ago.
Yeah, I wish I'd saved them. You're back in fashion.
They've always been in fashion. Stacey says, Debbie, I want to know how you got into crafting and what was the first thing that you made and said to yourself, this is a bit of me, this crafting? So how did you get into it, and what was the first thing that you made?
Do you know what? People have asked me this often, and I often say, I started crafting about 10 years ago, whatever it were. I actually have always been quite creative. Back younger, I used to love colouring, drawing, doodling, making things, doing something creative. Clothes, I used to love. Back in the day, when pennies were a little bit tight, I used to hand sew everything. And I always remember when my mum bought us a sewing machine, me and my sister, we had to share the present. But I used to love altering clothes and upcycling clothes, which is a bit similar to what my daughter does now.
Yeah.
So I've always been quite creative, but actual paper crafting, something that my friend had wanted me to get into for ages, and she honestly kept on and on and on at me, and I'd be like, no. And then my auntie, she was a big crafter. My auntie Jean, she's no longer with us anymore, but she was a big crafter, and she was making some cards one Sunday afternoon. She had to create and craft on all the time. Big fan of Sarah and Leanne, and she were, all things crafty. And she asked me one day if I would help her, and by the time I'd finished and sat and helped her, I actually thought, quite like this paper crafting, because I'd always done cross stitch and things like that, so I absolutely loved it. By the time I'd left, she'd bought me a kit from Camman and a kit from Hunky Dory, and I went out and bought myself a little starter pack, and that's where it started. And it soon became what my friend did tell me it would do, which would be a little bit of an addiction, because I love it because of where it takes me into a place of creativity, a happy place, and I really do enjoy it. And then luckily enough, nearly 6 years ago now, that an opportunity arose where I took a leap of faith, joined Crafters Companion, never looked back, pinch myself every single day, because I do literally quite live the dream, doing something that I love and doing it on a daily basis. So yes, I hope that answered your question, Stacey.
We have to do some quick fires in a second. Sandra says, Ben, what made you decide to move up north, and how are the family liking it up here? The family are absolutely loving it. They've all settled in. My wife now runs a dog walking business, which is taken off. The kids, Daisy's still at primary school. She's made a load of new friends. George is at secondary school. He's a teenager, so from what I can get out of the noises he makes, I think he's having a good time. And the reason I moved up here, very quickly, so radio was always my background. I was made redundant from my radio job, and I was working in craft at the time, and it was a decision to make whether I was going to stay where I was, or I got a lovely message from Sarah saying, how would you fancy coming to work with Crafters Companion? And it was a no-brainer for me, because at the other place where I used to work, I always used to enjoy the shows that I did with these guys the most. Love working with Sarah. And the other reason, of course, for me moving up here, because I worked away from home from a year. We always wanted to buy a house, could never afford it in the Shire of Buckingham. Cheaper up here, I tell you what. So that was another one of the reasons that we moved up. We'll do a few quick-fire ones as well.
Oh gosh, am I ready for this?
So Bubble and Squeak wants to know the Spectrum Noir metallic paint pens, which were on yesterday.
Yes.
For using them on glass, do you need to prepare the glass in any way?
No, you can go straight onto glass. Any kind of surface like that. The only thing you want to do if you want to push it is probably seal it. If you want it to, become washer-proof and things like that. If you want it to stay, if it's just decorative purposes, you don't need to do that. But you don't need to prime it or anything like that. It could go straight on there.
Bubble and Squeak, to answer your question about the for later on. So the building template dies, the Gemini Country Village, etc. Are these the same size as used for 00 model railway buildings, please, you ask? We've got them here. I can tell you the church, 22 centimetres by 18 centimetres. The Cosy Cottage, 10 centimetres by 9 centimetres, and then you've got the the wrong way around. Cosy Cottage 10 by 9, and then the Manor is 15 centimetres by 8 centimetres. Hopefully that answers that question. Lil Decra says, sometimes can we have a show on Aquablend pencils? I have some, but I'm sure I could do better. I'm sure there must be a show on Aquablend pencils somewhere.
There probably is somewhere living on the Colour Me Happy shows, and just keep staying tuned, because I'm pretty sure that at some point they will come back into that equation. But they are fabulous, fabulous pencils. Really enjoy them.
Ben, have you thought about bringing your daughter onto Crafters TV for a craft along with you?
Bless her little heart.
Potentially no. However, I am going to be doing a Facebook Live soon where I do my New Year, New Crafts and Iris folding, and I'll get her involved on that one because she'll love to do that. Question. Hang on a minute, I've lost the questions now. Marsha, Ben, in regards to your musical talent, did you have schooling for music or is it all natural? No, No, I had to work very hard. I did the piano at school, violin, guitar. I wish I'd concentrated a little bit more because I probably could have been a lot better than what I actually am now.
Aww.
And I wish I had a lot more time to play my musical instruments because I don't have a lot of time to do it.
I used to play one.
Did you? Which one?
Cornet.
Oh
and then
yes,
trumpet.
I had you down as a wind.
Yeah. Wind. Windy person. Beg your pardon. Oh, I love you, Ben. There's
Love
a
you.
reason why I'm betrothed to you.
And final question, Stacey says to both Ben and Debbie, it's going to lead long in the 30 seconds. What do you do in your free time when you get it? And what would your dream thing to have be? The one thing you've always wanted but never got, what would be your dream thing? I suppose it doesn't have to be craft related.
So what was that first bit?
So what do you do in your free time and what would be your dream thing to have?
So I may surprise you to know it's not just crafting. We're outside of craft. My grandkids, my grandbabies, Sapphire and Ezra are my life. I absolutely adore them, as well as my kids. But any spare time that I get, I want to spend with those two little munchkins while they're this little because they're just so gorgeous and I love them. So that's my spare time. And what was the other one?
What's the one thing you've always wanted to have but never got? It's like the dream thing.
Sugar daddy.
Whoa!
Yes, that would be it. To have a partner in life is what I would love. I would genuinely.
I don't know if I want to answer that question now to follow it up on that. My spare time, what do? Run, gym, spend time with the family.
Create songs.
Yes, create songs in my spare time. And what would the dream thing that I'd want to have? I don't know. £1 million. Win the lottery.
Yeah.
Win the
That'd be
lottery.
good, yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
I'd still come to work though, would you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's in my blood.
Yeah.
I told you this before. Cut me in half. Purple veins, purple blood running through me. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
seriously would, because I think if you had that much money, you'd probably have. If you gave up work, you'd have all that free time, and you get bored quite quickly, wouldn't you? I would definitely come back in here. Maybe not 4 days a week, once a week, just sort of, stick my head round the door. But thank you for all those questions. Hopefully,
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, we managed to answer as many
Yeah.
of them as possible. As always, you can ask questions during any show and get in touch with us on our socials as well, and we will certainly answer those for you. Now, it is a Tuesday, so yesterday we launched a brand new Get It, Got It Good, and it has been super popular. It's the extra permanent tape pens. The tape pens, yes, you're getting 12 of these in this massive bundle. These came back in stock about 2 weeks ago, and they have been uber popular. The good news is that we have plenty of stock. So they are still available for you right now. You're going to get 12 for just £30 or $39.50, less your platinum membership, of course, if you're a platinum member. If you're a ClearPay customer, £7.50 is your first instalment of 4 today. As I say, if you want more information about ClearPay, is there for you on the website. If you've already got a ClearPay account, you can get using it right now. Just log into it at the checkout. Right, we are back. And we're talking stencils. These are absolutely stunning. And what I would say to you is, again, we've labelled these up as your pigment ink background stencils. That is not to say that you can't use, of course, your other inks with these. And that's also not to say that you can't use these as your kind of focal point for a card as well. We just think that the stencils that you're going to get in this collection will work perfectly well with your pigment inks, more about which we'll chat in just a few moments' time. However, look at all of the beautiful designs that you're going to get within this collection. And what I would say, and I know I sound like a bit of a stuck record when it comes to stencils, I just think stencils are a really lovely way to make quick, easy cards, and also a really lovely way to get into papercraft and card making, because you've got all of the beautiful design there for you. All you then have to decide is which colours you're going to work with, which colours you would like to blend together to create these gorgeous backgrounds. In the case in point here, once again, yes, a background, but could be very much the focal point of a card. Add a little embellishment, add a sentiment. You've got a lovely, lovely creation right there. The deal on this today, and let's just wow at the beautiful butterflies. It was like a fireworks display in the gallery then. It's like a ooh, ah. You're making a saving of £14.68, $13.92, less, oh I love these by the way, the polka dots, less your Club Inspire discount as well. So wherever you are within Club Inspire, you can take off that discount on the price that you're seeing on screen right here. But 7 stencils, Debbie, 7 very different designs. And as we say, will work beautifully with your pigment inks, but that's not to say that these are just for that particular medium.
Oh, because they're going to work with any inks, any of our inks that we do, whether they be water reactive. Probably ones that you probably wouldn't use. So this is the quick dry, because quick dry is quite an instant drying ink and maybe difficult to blend with. But for water reactive ink pads and also pigment ink pads, absolutely spot on. But I want you to think about other things that you can do with it as well. So you could use these to draw around with your art liners and create some extra dimension.
Oh yeah.
You could use things like your texture pastes, glitter pastes,
yes.
the creative expressions range that we have on our website. You could use those through there. There's a ton of things that you can use. You can use your stencil to create a little bit of an embossing folder technique through your Gemini. If you caught the last week's show, the very first show we did, I used a stencil through to show you how you can do that and create that with paper. So there's a lot of things that you can do with stencils. They're very versatile, very versatile, and they're so big, 7 by 7, one of the biggest that we do here at Crafters Companion. They're absolutely incredible to use, very easy to use, and some great techniques that you can do with them as well, with all those various things that I've just talked about. I'm just going to show you a few samples, finished samples. Ben showed you those boards, but I want you to think of how you could use these. They can be a background paper, which that is absolutely beautiful, that brush lettering stamp. You've got the focal part of this one. This is absolutely stunning, and you'll be able to see that lovely enamelled look that you get when you use your pigment inks. I'll talk about pigment ink in a moment, with your clear embossing powder.
Hello.
That one
on
is
the black.
Stunning.
Amazing.
I love it on black. And again, using inks to create that pop of colour and enamelling it by literally doing the clear embossing technique over the top of your pigment inks to create that beautiful effect. That is absolutely stunning. I love that sample. It's just gorgeous, which I think our Julia did that one. Oh, yeah. Now this one, again, you can go streamline, slimline, take pieces of it if you want, take a strip of it. How gorgeous is this?
And this is the simplest of things, right? But you've hit the nail on the head for me here, because you look at the size of the stencil. You don't have to use the whole stencil every time.
Nope. You can snip up bits. You can do triptych cards. You can take chunks of it and little pieces. You can spot, take a little bit of it using your nesting dies and just pop that onto the front of a card. Looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a ton of things that you can do with a good old stencil. And for me, absolutely, I love stencils. I'm a little bit like it with embossing folders. I've got a little bit of a love affair with it, and because they've got that lovely design, there's so many gorgeous designs in here and the ways that you can use them, and I'm going to show you a simple way, because we do have some pigment inks on the show, Ben, so I am going to use the pigment inks for this to show you how you can use them and talk about the pigment inks as well. So they've been designed with the pigment inks in mind, but don't forget of all those ways that you can use them as well, and all the other mediums that you can use. Now I'm going to talk about the pigment ink, if I may, for a second. Straight away, in our Harmony range, you've got, again, what you come to expect with our ink pads, something that's comfortable in your hand. You've got that lovely oval shape to it. Now this is a an opaque pigment ink pad that is perfect for the heat embossing technique, which I'm going to show you in a moment, but perfect for blending as well, because of the open time, as in it's a long drying time. It doesn't dry instantly. Absolutely stunning for that, and I'm going to show, straight away, the pop of colour on here is absolutely insane. It's fantastic, and we've often referred to it as like a sticky ink because of that longer drying time. It's got that little bit of stickiness to it, so it means it's perfect for that heat embossing technique. And the colours, and I'm going to use 3 colours. I'm choosing some of the colours that we've got on the show, and you're probably thinking, God, that's a bit random. because I've got crushed velvet, fuchsia and spring meadow.
I
there.
like it. Bright in your
bright
face.
and beautiful, a little bit like you, Ben. A
Oh,
little bit like
you
you, bright and beautiful.
stop it.
And I've got one of the gorgeous stencils here. This one in this range is called the Scattered Foliage. Foliage I'm going to use. I'm actually going to use some of our blending tools as well. We have actually got some blending tools on the show too, as well, I believe.
We do. We've got a tool collection.
Have we really?
Yeah,
Yep, we have.
definitely do.
Yep, absolutely. So what I'm going to do, Ben, is I always take a cardstock that's slightly bigger than the stencil itself, for the pure reason of laying down the colour. I can chop into it then, I can trim it down once I've done it, and I'm not putting myself under any pressure of, you know, it going anywhere other than where I want it to go. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do with this to make life easier for yourself, Ben, and I'm going to bring in one of them. For the UK viewers, you'll be able to get this online right now. For American viewers, if you're watching, if you are up at this time in the morning, you'll probably be able to purchase it from over in the States, usually in your, you know, your craft stores. But this is the Stick and Spray, which is the repositional spray. Now, you can use that onto the back of your... back of here. In fact, I tell you what, shall we do it? Normally I don't do it, Ben, but I think I'm going to do it today.
All right.
So I'm going to bring in, I'm going to protect my counter though before I actually spray it, because I know what I'm like. I'll get it absolutely everywhere. But what I'm going to do, Ben, is and you can use low tack tape for this as well. So I'm going to give it a little spritz of spray just onto the back of my stencil. Thank you. I was trying to think of the word. And I'm just giving it a little light coverage just over there. You need to let it, because it's repositional, you need to let it get a little bit tacky before you actually pop it down. And it tells you roughly about 30 seconds. If you are using low tack tape, it's instant. And you can anchor it down onto your cardstock, onto there like so. So I've let it go a little bit tacky there, Ben. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm just going to, before I actually pop it on, I'm just going to prime me cardstock, because I'm going to be using pigment inks as well. But I just want to give it a little prime up there to make sure that I don't get any of it anywhere else with my anti-static bag. But I'm going to go on, I'm going to pop that down, and I'm going to adhere that down so that it's not going to move anywhere. So now I've got my stencil on and it's not going anywhere because it's stuck onto there. So it means now I can get creative with the inks, and I'm literally... pardon the pun, I'm just going to slap it on. I'm just going to slap it on.
Technical term. Slap it on.
Slap it on. I'm going to go in with my ink dabber into this. This is a lovely spongy kind of ink pad, this one. It's the spongiest one that we do, but it enables all that ink to be in there. And again, I'm just going to go over and slap it on.
Slap it on.
Slap it on.
Rihanna just says, I love embossing with these stencils as well.
Yeah, absolutely. If I get a chance, I might take one of the other stencils and show you how you do it on your Gemini.
Okay.
To show you how you can create that stencil effect and create that embossing feature.
Just whilst you're applying the colour as well,
Yeah.
there's a few more questions coming in which I thought we could just have a chat about. Jacqueline says, have you ever been to the US? If not, is there one place that you would like to see in the US?
Oh my God, I've always wanted to go to the US. I nearly did when I was 18, because I took a job offer and I nearly got on the plane, and then something happened in my family that made me not be able to go.
Yeah.
So I've never been. It's one place I've always wanted to go, Ben. Always.
The most welcoming, lovely people. The Americans. That's in my experience. We went there on our honeymoon, Laura and I. We went to Los Angeles for a few days.
Yeah.
Which was lovely. We then flew to Oahu, Hawaii.
Oh, I'd love to go to Hawaii.
That was top notch. Loved it.
Is this on your honeymoon, Ben?
Honeymoon, yeah. Bought a few Hawaiian shirts there.
Oh,
thought I was Thomas
I can
Magnum.
see it now.
And then we finished off in San Francisco, which I think, as much as Hawaii was amazing, Oahu was just lush, relaxing. San Francisco, I loved it.
Really?
We only had 2 days there, and I wish we'd had longer. Just a really like relaxed, sort of laid back feel there. Los Angeles was a little bit more for me, sort of like a lot more going on, a bit more of the old hubbub. Obviously in Hawaii, we just literally laid on the beach for about 4 days. And then San Francisco, yeah, loved it. So I think if I could go back to the US, I'd probably go back to San Fran for a few weeks.
And I've always wanted to do New York. That's the place I've always wanted to go. Yeah, Christmas, yeah, funnily enough, yeah. And Florida.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
love to go to Florida.
Of course.
And then I hear Erin talk about where Erin used to live, and then I think I need to go and see where Erin used to live, our producer, because that sounds a beautiful place as well and looks beautiful from by all accounts from the pictures that she's shown us. So America is one thing that I do want to do.
It's too big though, isn't it, America? There's too many great places to go and visit. That's what I was thinking. So where do you even start?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
many great places to see.
Now, what I'm doing, Ben, is I'm just applying my ink. Now, do you talk about that blending factor? Because it is a wetter ink and it stays wetter for longer, it does mean that I can get a nice little seamless blend over the top, so I can mix my colours up a little bit. And that's exactly what I've done. Now, I said to you, don't worry about, because obviously I'm going bigger for this one, but what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to peel that back. And straight away, you've got that beautiful, gorgeous design, and it is absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, you can do, because it is wetter, and you'll see it, you can see it's visibly wetter. That's when you can introduce things like clear embossing powder. And I will do it for a section of this. So when I remember where I put my embossing powder, there we go, Ben, there we go. So I'm going to chuck my embossing powder over the top.
Yeah.
Now, this is clear embossing powder. Embossing powders come in many guises, lots of different ways that you can do it. Pigment inks enable you to get a different look with an ink, because you can blend with it, you can heat emboss it, doing with your clear embossing powders. So it does mean they're very versatile, and means that if you want to colour match, you know, with our Harmony range, if you want to colour match your inks, with the range, because they've all got the same colours in there, so you've got your fuchsia in your quick dry, you've got your fuchsia in your water reactive, and your fuchsia in your pigment ink. It means that they colour match very well, because they all do different jobs as well. So for me, that's what enables me to enjoy them with clear embossing powder, because I can do that colour match system.
Yes.
Right, so I pop that on there. I need to get my heat tool for a second when I remember where I've put that, and we're going to go on with the heat tool. And then you're going to set this. So what you need to do now is, with your clear embossing powder over your ink, is apply your heat, and again, it's not wafting it around like an hairdryer like this. It's just over the, and you'll see it change. You'll see it change before your very eyes. So, and I can see now I'm getting a very lovely enamelled look. Yeah. With these pigment inks, with the attachment, and it gives it like a lovely shine and a shimmer. And looks absolutely beautiful. You can see I'm not wafting it around, I'm just hovering it over the ink and the embossing powder, and just watching it set. And it's very visible to your eye. I know it's a little bit difficult in camera terms for us to get that picked up. However, you see it before your very eyes, literally just change, and it looks amazing. And these inks are absolutely gorgeous, perfect for blending, perfect for that heat embossing technique, and again, just all round fabulousness. They're just amazing, I love them. Can you tell, Ben?
Well, I know, and again, you know, if you are new to watching us, this is such a great way to be able to create the most amazing projects. And as you've seen, you know, you just have a bit of fun with this. It's not a case of having to, you know, really think about it much, is it? It's like you said. I mean, you explained it perfectly, Debbie. Just get your stencils, choose your medium, slap it on.
Slap it on, have a little play.
That's it.
Have a little play. And I can promise you, again, this was one of those things that once you've tried it, you'll want the whole collection. It won't be something that you're just going to sit on one or two colours maybe. You're going to want the entire collection, and honestly, it's well worth it. So I think I've heat set all the areas. I don't think I've missed anywhere, maybe just a couple of little bits. I'll just hover back over. And again, that's all I'm doing, is I'm just applying the heat directly over. You can go underneath as well. There's, you know, no right or wrong way. You'll hear different people tell you different things. But for me, I prefer the over the edge method. That's just my preference. I'm just going to bring my guillotine in for a second, Ben.
So
because,
Bubble and Squeak has just asked about heat embossing. Bubble and Squeak says that they have problems with heat embossing because sometimes the paper curls. Now, is that to do with them perhaps going on top or underneath, or spending too long? What does that mean if your paper's curling?
Probably spending a little bit too long in that area.
Right.
That's what you can get there. So I would just recommend the minute you see it set, move your heat tool around. Right. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I hope that helps a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just going to trim that right down, Ben, because I absolutely love our stencils, and I've just fallen in love with this colour combination. Just for a second, it looks absolutely beautiful. It really, really does. Let me just move that. And that's why I prefer the method of, please excuse me a second. There we go, just get rid of that.
Did you just use your top to tidy?
No, I may have just wiped it off. I completely forgot I've got tissue at the side of me like so, but you'll forgive me. But can we have a little look? Nicola, how good are your camera skills?
Oh, you need to question the great Nicola?
The great Nicola of the joystick. So I'm going to just anchor that.
Oh, there we go.
And that beautiful, beautiful effect is very visible to see. And that's what you get with the pigment inks, clear embossing powder, heat tool, and have a little play. And in answer to that question, you can see mine's not curled.
No.
I am using stamping card, so I've gone on to stamping card with this one. But I haven't applied heat and stayed there and stayed there and stayed there. I moved it as it set. I moved it along and worked in sections, and that's the best way I can describe to use it. And it's just generally that. You normally, if you do get some crinkling or wrinkling, you normally can just by using your fingers try and get that back into place. And when you're sticking it down, Ben, all I would recommend is perhaps some red liner tape rather than glue to stick it down, and that'll help as well with it being a construction tape. But how gorgeous does that look? That is now, I'm going to use that for something. I just love that. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. But gorgeous colour. Can I just show you that beautiful blend? Can you see between the pink and the purple, the transition between them? Because of the longer opener, it enabled me to do that and create that lovely, lovely technique. Now, I'm going to get ready for a second with another stencil just to show you that Gemini little one in a second. So I'm just put that to one side. Rather than make a card, can I just tell you as well about cleaning your stencils? There's still a lot of ink left on there. A lot of ink. You can move that around with your ink applicator and create a different effect. You probably won't be able to add your clear embossing powder because you wouldn't quite get that stickiness, because this is going to be like a second generation of moving it around. But you could take it and apply it to another scrap of paper. Let's just grab a scrap. And you could move that round with, I'm going to see if I can got one of my dry, it's almost dry wipe, but move that ink on and spread that around. I'm just going to go in and clean that a little bit, but you get like a bit of a second kind of generation, a more faded, muted effect, but you've got a lot of ink still left on there. And you're cleaning it as well at the same time. Now, if you use the wetter wipe, you would get a completely different look. So you could take your applicator back over if you wanted to and spread that around, but I'm just using a bit of a tissue here, and I'm just moving that ink through. And I'm giving it a little bit of a clean. Now, if you want to do a clean of your your stencil, warm soapy water, and you're good to go and use for the next time. But if I just lift this off now, and I've used a dry wipe, I want you to bear in mind I've used a dry one. If you used a wetter one, you get a different look completely. But a really soft, muted, pastel, lovely finish, and I've got another background. Well, like I said, I wouldn't be able to apply my my clear embossing powder because there's not enough stickiness there. It's not wet enough. But a beautiful faded background, perhaps on the inside of your card. Use that on your focal part of your card. Where's it gone, Ben? Where's it gone? There we go. Use that on your focal part. Decoration with maybe a sentiment, a few little embellishments. Pop that in the inside and put your verse inside. You've got yourself two for the price of one there. And I've still got the little bit of ink left on there, but just warm soapy water, that will get rid of that, no problem.
Lovely stuff. Stephanie just saying, I'm loving this new morning show. I've enjoyed the Q&A session today, but how do I explain the lost 3 hours? I know it has flown by. It's gone so quickly. Listen, if you're a UK viewer particularly today, you can use ClearPay. If you've got an account already, amazing. If you haven't, you can find out details on our website. 4 instalments of £6.81, less of course your platinum membership if you are a platinum member, or indeed wherever you are within Club Inspire. All of these beautiful designs you're going to receive in this collection. There are 7 in total. So again, what's coming up soon? How many days? 14. It's 4 weeks today, isn't it? Valentine's Day. Is that right? I think it is. So around about that, it's coming soon anyway. You've then got your scattered foliage, as we've just seen, and again in completely different colours. Depending on what colours you are using, you have got a design for every occasion. And again, the fact that you can use all of your different inks with this, you can just create the most stunning backgrounds. That rosebud floral is one I'm sure that you'll keep coming back to, whether you use the whole stencil each and every time or whether you're using, just snippets from it. It's a beautiful collection to have with a beautiful array of background stencils. $27.25 or $41.73 is your price. There's your platinum details. Sign up in Club Inspire today on our website if you're not yet in the club to get 20% off your first order. And then, of course, if you then want the ink pads, we've got them, the pigment ink pads. This is the Kermit the Frog collection. Rainbow Collection, isn't it? Because that's his song, isn't it? Oh no, that's Rainbow Connection, isn't it? Not collection, Ben. Come on, get with it. So you're going to get crushed red. Crushed red? Chinese red. What am I on about? You've got orange, lemon tonic, plum jam, fuchsia, green topaz, ocean blue, spring meadow, your crushed velvet, I knew there was something crushed in here, and then your Oasis, mad for it. £31.19, $43.99 for all of those. Perfect partner to go with your stencils. And by the way, if you have just joined us over the course of the last, hour or so, you may or may not know that today is £10 Tuesday. Whoop! $10 Tuesday as well. What does that mean? Well, it means it's a Tuesday, and it means we've got £10, $10 deals on our website. And let's just get this in your mind as well. That's the initial price. If you are a Club Inspire member, you'll still get your discount off those deals as well. And when I tell you we've got our aqua pens in the £10 Tuesday deals, you'll be very excited about this, because that's £10, $10, less your platinum, if you're a platinum member, £8, $8. We've got the florals on the deal for you. We've also got the nature collection on the deal for you. We've got the primary on the deal for you as well. And what about this? Are you having a laugh? The colour blend pencils in the shade and tone, normally $24.99, not today, friends. That is £10 or $10, but just for today, of course, with it being Tuesday. It's not a £10 Wednesday. No. Now, we're going to come back and wrap up the show in just a few moments' time with a tool collection, and we're going to do a bit of a speedy test with our Debbie, a little feature we like to call 2-minute tools. Oh, yes. What do you mean that sounds like you just came up with that 2 minutes before you started the show? It took us ages to come up with that. 2-minute tools coming up in just a few moments' time, but before that, fancy a quick buy? Here's some Pokey Tools.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set. Quick Buy, get yours now.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Yeah, we can speak. Thank you for your advice, says Bubble and Squeak, Debbie, and all your demos have been very helpful. We'll give
thank
those a
you.
try.
It's very kind of you.
Samantha says, Ben, with all your crafting lately, you can make your wife a card now for Valentine's Day. I intend to do that. A Facebook Live coming up soon with some iris folding.
Which wife?
Both of them. Now, we're going to do a little feature here to finish off the show called 2-Minute Tool.
What's this? Is this a new feature you've just told me about?
We'll just come up with it a minute ago. Basically what it is, we've got a tool selection on the show.
Okay.
So I'm going to take items from the tool selection and we're going to give you a maximum of 2 minutes to talk about each of the tools so that we know what they're all about.
Okay.
You don't have to fill the 2 minutes, but you've got a maximum of 2 minutes to explain them.
Oh, that's okay.
You don't have any longer than 2 minutes.
That's okay.
All right, so this is the collection that you're seeing on screen here. $8.25 today if you're a ClearPay member. Platinum members, £26.39, $41.59. These are all tools that will come into use day in, day out in your craft room. So let's get ready. Are you ready with the timer, guys? Okay, so first tool is, Debbie, a brayer.
Oh, thank you very much. Is that what you gave me? Is that what you gave me? Right, a brayer. Let me
You've
just
already
tell
got
you.
like 1 minute 50 now.
A brayer is an ink applicator. It's another way of applying some ink to your projects. So if you've ever seen us or Jan or any of the other experts on here, when we want to apply ink into an embossing folder, this is probably your tool for there. You simply, are you kind of timing me? Oh, yeah, I ain't even got it.
You ain't got time to do a demo.
I was going to do a very quick demo. Apply your brayer over your ink pad and then roll it over your image, your embossing folder, maybe just a bit of cardstock. A brayer is a fabulous tool for lots of other reasons other than just the inks, but it just means that you can apply lots of layers of colour down very, very easily with this lovely roller system, because that's what that is. Is that okay?
Next. What?
Is that okay?
That's enough, yeah. Next up. Oh, mixing palette.
Oh, now a mixing palette. Oh, I'll probably be using this on Sunday, actually. If this is a studio one, I'm going to use this one. Because this is a mixing palette for anything to do with any inks. When you want to drop a little bit of ink in and you don't want to use the whole bottle, or, as Michelle would do, knock it absolutely everywhere. She won't mind me saying that because I'm exactly the same. And no, she won't mind. Don't worry, producer Sharon, she doesn't mind, because honestly, that's what I'm like.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. That you can apply a little bit of droplets into there. You could use it for things like your gems, if you wanted to put gems in. If you want to add, your other things, sequins and things like that, you could pop in there as well. But it is an inking palette for those things like your paints and your inks and things like that.
Well, you're swift, Debbie, you're swift.
Too swift.
Next up, let's do this one next. So, craft mat.
Oh my God, I love this. I need more than 2 minutes for this thing. In fact, I'm going to show you mine.
You can't have more than 2 minutes.
Honestly, this is every crafter's must-have tool. Don't.
Because it's state of yours. You'll get a clean one, by the way.
You'll get a clean one. You will get a clean one. But this is a great crafting mat. I don't clean mine. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. But it's absolutely fabulous because it's heat resistant as well, it's absolutely fabulous. I love mine. It's non-slipped. It's heat resistant. It protects your counters, your coverage, your glass mats. Gives you a different look. Pop
Have
your
you done
inks onto
handprints
there.
on that? It looks like a handprint there.
Get off.
Okay.
But it is an absolute crafter's must-have. Everyone should have. Whether you are popping it on a work surface, whether you're popping it on a glass mat, pop your inks on, do some squidgy, splodgy techniques on there, pick it up, soak it back up. That's the kind of things that you can do with it. There's a ton of things you can do with a craft mat. Ours is a premium quality one at absolute must-have crafter's price. It's absolutely fabulous. You need one of these in your life, whether it be mucky or clean.
Yours will be clean and not mucky. These, by the way, all in this collection. Next up, blending tool with refills, square.
Oh my God,
rectangle.
I love this. Yes, rectangle, square, whatever you want to call it. It's an oblongy kind of shape. But you just see me use these actually. So for me, our blending tools, and they come in two different shapes. I wonder if you've got other one back there now. I'm just wondering if you've got the other one there.
Circle
Thank
as
you
well.
very much. You've got the two differences there, and they give you two different feels in your hand. Probably for your smaller projects. I'm going to go with this, put there for the smaller ones, yeah. For your circular motions, the circular one. For your larger areas like your stencils and all those other things, and you want to lay down a lot of colour, Ben, the square one, and they simply attach on, literally the easiest thing, because they've got that lovely like a hook and loop kind of attachment. You pop them on. I mean, you can clean them if you want. I clean mine now and again, but I tend to have one for each colour family. But you've got the square ones with the refillables, and you simply can just have one set of brushes and then keep taking them off. You don't have to buy tons of those. You can if you want, but you can buy those. They're the ones that you need to use for the rest of your colour families, whether it be square or whether it be circles. They both have their job and time and place.
You've whizzed through this, the last item in the bundle, the blending eggs.
Oh my God, I love the blending eggs. These, oh, have I got one? Have I got one, Ben? See if you can search through there. See if you can find one. Now, these are lovely to hold. Do you know, for people with dexterity problems, with holding on to like handles and things like that, these are fabulous for... You're searching, aren't you? You're searching. But they are perfect because they're small in size, but it means you've got precision. Thank you very much. Yours won't look like this, but this is what it looks like. It's a very mucky one. You can tell it's a well-loved one, can't you? But it means that you get really good, smooth, controlled coverage. I personally can control my ink better with one of these, with the little eggs, with the little sponge applicators, more than I can with the others, but they're perfect for blending and all things water-based, like your inks, you know, your water reactive inks, your quick dry inks, your pigment inks, those kind of things. Absolutely fabulous for that reason, Ben. Did I do all right?
You did fab. 2-minute tools, it took about 5 minutes.
All that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm going to race over that side of the studio. And you're going to tell us, apparently, about some Sharon Callis goodies we've got.
Oh, yes. Be careful, be careful. I've got lots of things that back of me, Ben. Thank you. Thank you.
It's all fine.
Oops.
Go.
Go.
Heartfelt Greetings collection.
Let me... The Sharon Callis, I love. I don't know if you saw yesterday, we did a show. What show was it yesterday, Ben, where we had the Sharon Callis on?
Oh, that wasn't yesterday, was it?
Was
yes, it was. Monday Makers.
Yeah. Not Monday Makers.
Yeah.
No. Masterclass, the shaped boxes, shaped cards, all those kind of things. We had them there. So I'm going to show you a few samples because I forgot this little bit. Sorry, Ben. Sorry. I forgot I was supposed to be doing this bit. It's supposed to be a smooth transition. Things were going really well until the last 5 minutes. We're like, oh.
I got the boards over here. Did you want those?
Do you want them?
I don't. You show your finished samples and I show the boards.
Okay. There we go.
What a team.
Teamwork. What a team. Now, this is the fabulous, gorgeous sentiments. Please excuse, because I've just literally bent picking that up, and I am really sorry to whoever made this gorgeous card. But they're absolutely fabulous. They're all about the sentiments, heartfelt sentiments at that. So you've got really lovely designs in here, but they can be used in a multitude of ways. You've got you can create lovely dome features. I'll get you to show that box that I did yesterday, Ben, in a second, because that actually won card of the day, would you believe?
This one?
Yeah, God, honestly, these have had a right battering. I really apologise to all these people that have made on our fabulous, thank you very much, gorgeous ways that you can use them, because Sharon designs things with a crafter in mind, because she is a crafter herself. Now, I went a little bit OTT with my box yesterday because I used every single one of her designs. There's stamps in there. They've been purposely designed to stay connected into the cardstock to give you these shapes of your ovals and your circles and your squares. I honestly love them. There are a ton of ways that you can use them. How Sharon's designed them is for you in mind, whether they're pop-outs in the centres of your cards, whether they're your box lids, whether they're those gorgeous domed... John's going to kill us. He's going to kill us. We've literally battered the cards. I don't even know how that's happened, and I'm going to apologise now. But dome-featured cards, all sorts of different ways that you can use them, Ben. They're incredible designs, beautiful heartfelt sentiments, and really easy to use. A die and stamp set that you've got so much craftability with, and snippability with as well, because there's a lot of things that you can do with them. I'm off to fix these, Ben, because I can see John looking at me. I think I'm going to be in a bit of trouble.
He's wagging his finger. The collection is here, so you're going to get all of these stamps and dies within this bundle. £33.58. That is a 30% saving for everybody. Less than 20% if you're platinum. $37.98 if you're shopping with us in the US. So you've got all these designs here. So you've got your happy birthday. Then you've got your beautiful sending blessings. the Thinking of You, which you just saw in that box a few moments ago, which was the card of the day yesterday, and then the thank you as well. All the stamps and dies within that collection. Love how those stamps as well work beautifully with the die cut too. Just to quickly wrap up, I very quickly want to show you a paper pad collection. This is going to be the quickest little flick through ever. Basically, it works out that you are buying 2 of these. You're getting the third for free, and you've got, well, a lovely, lovely selection of paper pads in here. The Garden Party collection, 48 sheets of beautiful paper. I think this is the kind of colour palette, the kind of papers, the kind of papers that you want to be working with right now as you head into maybe your springtime, summertime makes. Here it is. There it is. Oh, finished. Then you've got your farm. We've got to move on. We've got 3 minutes left. You've got your farmhouse collection there as well. Beautiful 12 by 12 papers. That one there is 42 sheets in total. And then lastly, one of the paper pads of the moment, the Masquerade Ball collection. 24 double-sided sheets within this collection. If you are a ClearPay customer, that is just £7 today as your first of 4 instalments. I know. Don't forget, of course, if you're a Platinum member, that price comes down even further for you as well. Another 20% off the price that you're seeing on screen. $22.38 or $26.32. What a show! Wow, another 3 hours has absolutely flown by. Thank you for all of the lovely comments coming through, and even a few late in the day just saying how much you have enjoyed the show and all of the deals. More shows still to come though. Today we have got, of course, Wake Up Call coming your way in around about an hour's time. That is going to be, I believe, George is in today, taking care of business as far as Wake Up Call is concerned with our Craig. So that is at, oh no, I take it back. It is actually Becky and Craig on Wake Up Call today. 3 o'clock, going to be a good one. Me and Debbie for a craft vault entitled Debbie's Double Discount. Yeah, oh yeah, it's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. Double discount deals, Debbie style. Yeah. 2 hours of fun with me and Debbie from 3. And then 7 o'clock, we've got a launch party where Becky is back. And Michelle. So Becky, Michelle. Becky, Craig, Ben, Debbie, Becky, Michelle. What a lineup. And in the launch party, we've got a preview of a brand new launch coming your way as well. And I know particularly on the socials, Marsha has been waiting patiently. Wait no longer, because that will be coming your way a little bit later on. What a show. Thank you. Remember, you can, of course, check out after the show if you've got items in your basket. And just along the side here, you can just see a selection of the shows that we have got. Colour Me Happy, our award-winning Craft Along, Craft House, Launch Day, Play Your Crafts Right on a Saturday, plus Softer Side now on a Friday at 3, and Wake Up Call, which is the show you're going to see in just an hour's time. It is going to be amazing. Debbie, thank you so much. We've got a few hours off now. What are we going to do?
For next show, so I'm going to be in there getting my craft on. But guess what though, Ben?
Yeah.
Guess who's on tomorrow?
Who's on tomorrow?
Who's on the craft chat create?
Who's on tomorrow?
Leanne.
You serious?
Leanne is going to be here. You've got her for the rest of the week on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Friday. Going to be fantastic. It really, truly is. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Well, we will look forward to that, and we will look forward to seeing you in a few hours' time.